Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Moosey.
Hey y'all, how's it going? Hope you're doing fantastic. No more combo breaker sign in the corner because, well, no more combo breaker. Hope you've been okay though. Combo breaker was a lot of fun. Very, very excited that we got to be there again. Hope you're all doing well. We are back. We are playing some Monster Rancher. You can see my fan now. I just realized the signs have been up for so long that this fan has been blocked the whole time. Hey, Infinity. It was good seeing you again. And thank you, Freeman, as well, for the sub. Very kind of you. Welcome back. Thank you. Yes, it was pretty uneventful, like crossing the border. That wasn't a problem at all this time. It was more of an issue last year, actually. Last year, they getting back into Canada, I got this dude who, you know, clearly took his job a little bit too seriously, and was like really like obnoxious about the fact I didn't buy anything. He's like, "Do you have anything to declare?" And I'm like, "I didn't really buy anything." And he's like, "What? You went to a video game convention? You didn't buy anything?" And I'm like, "No, I did. I had no need to." He's like, "Really? I would have expected you to be spending like thousands of dollars." I'm like, "What? You don't know me. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you assume a random stranger would spend thousands of dollars in Chicago? What an insane thing to say." And then he's like, "You look really nervous." And I'm like, "I'm not nervous at all, man. Like, I'm confused." And he's like, "Yeah, you look really nervous." And I'm like, "What the fuck? You're gonna catch me slipping up on something?" I'm like, "No, man." I'm like, "I'm tired. I've been driving for 9 hours." So yeah, you look really nervous. And I'm like, "Okay, so now you're not saying it to trip me up. You're just trying to like insult me now at this point." I haven't had a lot of trouble getting into the States. I've always had more trouble getting back into Canada. They've always been really obnoxious assholes. And I know this is like, you know, not surprising to anybody that border guards are huge like jerks a lot of the time, but like I have someone in my family who's a border guard, and they are like the most like insane power trippy type person when they want to be. I've told this story before, but they also own a restaurant, and there's one time there's a bus full of tourists who stopped by their restaurant, and they stopped the bus and got out their badge and was like, "I'm checking everybody's IDs on this bus." Mind you, where I live and where this restaurant is about 4 hours away from the closest border. So they were like well over the border already. And just like out of like sheer racism, or I don't know what it was, they're like, "I'm checking everyone's IDs." And it's like, you don't even have the authority to do that, lady. But it's so fucking. And then she told us this story, and everybody was like,
I want to play video games.
"You're an insane person." And they were just like, no, this is my job. I have the power to do this." And it's like, you don't understand how you look like a psychopath? Anyway, the day there's a Monster Rancher vendor is the day I spend millions? Probably not. Have you seen the Monster Rancher merch? That shit sucks. Also, Octi, it was nice meeting you. If we're talking about someone buying Monster Rancher merch, it's GOAT. It's not going to be me. My merch is this guy, which, you know, Koei Tecmo and incorporated companies did not get a cent from. So, you know, that's all. And then, yeah, there was one time I was coming back during COVID, and I understand there's like, you know, tensions are a little bit higher during the lockdown and stuff like that. But we filled out a bunch of paperwork, and we were coming back over the border into Canada. I was with my boss. He literally hired me for the day to like help his daughter move. And I walk in, it's like 2 a.m. And I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. This is a big complex. Is this the right spot for me to like hand in this paperwork?" And then the woman behind the counter is like, "I don't know, is it?" And I'm like, "Fuck off. It's 2 a.m. Like, why are you trying to start shit? Like, what's wrong with your home life? You need to know which one of you gamers poisoned me?" What's really funny is it probably wasn't me, the guy who was coughing the whole time. It was probably some random nerd who just like had a bad aura. Because I had like a dry cough the entire time I was there. No phlegm, no like symptoms of a cold or anything. I just couldn't stop coughing. I don't know if it was like an allergy thing or what it was. But yeah, the entire time I was there. I'm actually really happy I didn't have to do commentary because I don't think I could have got through without coughing. My throat was like scrambled by the end of it. You're still coughing from it? I was coughing for like a week before or so, but I'm pretty sure it's allergies because it's just like I've been getting like itchy eyes and like stuffed up, but like no phlegm, no like nothing associated with like being sick. So I don't know. I think it's just changing the seasons and pollen and stuff like that. But yeah, Combo Breaker was sick. Tomorrow we're probably gonna watch the stream. I haven't actually watched the whole thing start to finish. It's gonna be real quick because the whole thing start to finish, including like people getting up and getting on stage and getting off stage, is like 20 minutes long. Last year's, I think the top 4 was a lot more interesting than this year's top 4. But regardless, the fact it was there is sick as hell anyway. Really excited that we got to be there. Very, very cool. I would love to keep doing it. I'm going to be honest, there were so many people when we were talking, they're like, yeah, I'm so excited for next year. I can't wait for next year. I don't like know how to like make it more, like say it more explicitly, but like also Macho's like dying in the comments while I'm explaining this. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know how to more like explicitly explain it, but it's a miracle we were there 2 years in a row. It was a miracle we were there once at all. Hundreds of games apply to be a combo breaker. And the fact we got asked twice is just like, I think it's because it's so offbeat and the community is like so pumped for it. Was I the Astaroth player at Combo Breaker? I was, yes. I was a Astaroth player at Combo Breaker. To call me an Astaroth player is crazy because like that was the first time I'd played the game since last Combo Breaker. Less of a player and more of like a coach. All right, go over there, Astaroth. You warmed up with me? Oh, were you the other Astaroth? Hell yeah. Yeah, that was literally the first time I had played in a year. Like sitting down with you. You did well, hell yeah. I'm happy for you. I didn't, but like, what's really funny is I stopped playing before Amy came out, and my first opponent was Amy, and I'm just like, I don't know what this character does, and it got pretty close. But the guy I played was like weird about it. Like he fucked up his controls, and he was just like, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, oh, this feels weird, this is wrong, oh, like just like having like a panic attack. And I was like, do you want to like what's wrong? He's like, my controls are all wrong, everything's wrong, it feels weird. And it's like a normal person would be like, I fucked up my controls, but this dude was like losing his shit. And I was like, all right, like whatever, man, we can just go back, it doesn't matter, we're only like 1 round into it. I should have just been an asshole and just like, you know, scammed them, but it was not I wasn't in the mood to be an asshole. Like I barely played the game. I'm like, it's fine. Let this weird guy do well in the tournament if he needs to be. And then he beat my ass, and it is what it is. But yeah, I went to Combo Breaker mostly for Monster Rancher. That was the deal. You fucked up your controls on stage last year when you're fighting Mihawk. You just got to roll with it. Yeah, it's your own fault. It's like picking the wrong character. But yeah, it was I don't know, it was fun. It was a fun time. I did not do well in the games I played, but like I said, I hadn't played Soul Calibur in an entire year, and I hadn't played Guilty Gear seriously in about 4 months, and so both of those were kind of tough. Show them it doesn't matter. That was kind of the bit. I got 4th in Monster Rancher. Yeah. In a game where skill is completely separate from random from what the universe wants that day. Yeah. I will say if we don't get to do Monster Rancher again, I'd like to go meet up with people, but I'm hopeful we can play again. I would like to, but I'm going to be real. 9-hour drive to Combo Breaker is it's kind of intense. I would probably have to like start playing some other games if that was the case. I would have to enter some more games. And I would probably, and this is no offense to anybody here, everybody was super nice, just like they were last year. It was cool hanging out with everyone. It was cool getting food. But like I would probably want to have a couple more of my like IRL friends come out, because how do I explain this? On the stream, it's like very easy to be on, right? And just like, you know, be that guy. I'm not this animated in person, and everybody knows. Everybody who's been there knows that now. I'm like very quiet. I don't talk a lot. Super low energy, low maintenance type of guy, and I don't feel. I feel like I have to perform a little bit when I'm with people who I know from the stream versus when it's just, you know, people I know from like before I had even this like small modicum of notoriety. Very giggly. Where, yeah, I mean, it's funny hearing about things you did in high school that are like equivalent to things I did when I was 8 years old. That shit was cracking me up for sure. I understand that. I tried to get IRL friends to go this year. We had a fourth who backed out last minute because he requested the wrong weekend off. Oh no, that sucks, man. How the rental monsters do? I think they did okay. One of the the best melee player in Canada, not as cracked as those Knuckles. That's true. We got inside jokes now, baby. The best melee player in Chicago picked up the game because Toji is like friends with him and told him about it, and he was just like, what's the best character, what can I do, how can I cheese out some wins, and he picked the rental golem, and I think he got like 7th place. Just like hitting Cyclone. He rolled into a tank round 1, which is very funny, and the tank was like actually like player submitted. There was 2 tanks that were player submitted, and they both, I think, had to fight the golem. So that's like, it's close to unlosable. The Zilla tank, yeah, there's a Zilla tank, and there was a Metal Glory tank. Oh yeah, but I guess I should show this off, eh? 2 years in a row, baby. What's really funny is this is the same medal they give out to the people who win in the actual games, in the real games. Monster Rancher 2, 4th place, baby. Me and the boy. It was cool getting on stage with the boy, though, because I easily had the shittiest monster in top 4 this year. Last year, you know, Color Pandora could make a run for the whole thing. This year, I was praying. Got so hit by so much shit this year. I was so stressed. I also kept gritting. Yeah, there was literally a game where in top 4, and we'll watch it tomorrow, and we'll razz you some more about it, where you just straight up didn't attack because you were waiting to build up your guts. You just went the entire match without even trying to swing. And then you complained about a controller, and then you complained about the rental monsters having grit when, you know, the rental monsters by nature of being that breed have grit. You gotta take the game less seriously. I got hit by so much shit, brother. Everybody got hit by so much shit. That's the game. I can guarantee you didn't get hit by more than anyone else. Yes, brother, I heard you saying it was unfair. I heard you over Macho's shoulder complaining about it. Like, oh, it's stupid. They have battle specials. It's whatever. It's fine. Anyway, we got some more stuff to complain about tonight because we got some Monster Rancher tournaments happening. We got 40 monsters. There's 2 I got to check on stream. We haven't done yet. What's his name? Jay checked everything, but he flagged 2 monsters with me. I don't think they're cheated, but we're just gonna take a look at them real quick, and we'll see what's up. Do I have it muted? I think I do. On. Fast forward on. Okay, it would help if I had the sound on. Alright, we're gonna get into it. I'm not actually fighting tonight. I don't have a horse in this race or a monster in this fight, as it were. We got about 100 monsters to go through, so heavyweight's going to be over 3 nights. We're going to do it just once a week as per usual. July, my schedule starts to open up a little bit, so maybe we'll do a couple more tournaments a week in July. But June is like my last little like push of the busy season. And then July is completely dead. August it starts to pick up a little bit. September to December is just fucking slammed. So July is going to be my time to like maybe start uploading these as VODs, like cut out the intro and the whatever the bit at the end, throw up all the DXBL shit. Maybe I'll do like 1 a week or 2 a week or whatever. Or maybe I'll just do it all in one shot. I don't know. I'll just be like, hey, the entire tournament series is ready to watch now. That's probably a bad idea. I don't think anyone's going to actually watch if we do that. Okay, so let me take a look and see. What did he say? Bombird is the first one. I don't know what he's talking about. Is it Bunny Rocks, maybe? It's not Bombird. That's not the one. That's the one he said, but it's no way that's the monster. Because it's a hare he's talking about. He said AV said it didn't have gas, which is not necessarily an issue with the monster, but it is something we gotta look into. Yeah, okay, this one says it doesn't have gas, so let's just see if it's an AV issue or not. Oh, it helps if I don't do it. Okay, it looks like it's got regular gas. I think foul gas and gas are flipped. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So this one's okay. Gas and foul gas are like in the code of the game backwards, I'm pretty sure. So it's possible it checks the wrong one here. Oh, it's just straight up the... in, what's it called? In Advanced Viewer, the icon is wrong. Okay, well that's interesting. And Sheluxo was the other one. Alright, let's see what we got. Can't really explain to you why this one seems like it's fishy, other than, you know, it being an Undine. But let's just chill. We'll talk about it. Oh, cheat engine crashed. That's cool, man. I'll report the program to Microsoft. I don't care. They don't care. Nobody cares. Okay. Why is this not... It's not even noticing it. Okay, I'm looking for this. Yeah, this seems fine. I understand why Jay wanted me to look at it, but I think it's okay. Don't worry about it. Undine hacked the mainframe. They're getting in there. Hey, Zephyr. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Is bracket current? It should be. Think that's the right one? Yep. Okay, so we got Bombird. We're getting into it, finally. Bombimmed. Bombi's probably enough. Sorry, I got so many windows open. We got a bird who's a bomb. I'm just organizing everything so I can see my 400 windows. All right, we're in there. We're doing good. Bombird and curtain call. Wait. Is curtain call spelt weird? Or is this a different one? It's not. Okay, so they just can't spell your own monster's name. Classic. No, well, it's okay. Yeah, we've seen curtain call before, so we know what's up. All right, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? 30 seconds to bet. What's up? What's up? Oh! Have I heard apparently Street 6 has the least controller lag on Switch 2? That's crazy, man. That's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, you know, next gen baby or whatever.
I want to play video games.
Hey, Big Waloo, thank you for the sub. Very kind of you. All right, here we go. Game one. The Bombird's got the bird. All right. That. What's funny is 2 missiles does, I think, less damage than 1 missile, than regular missile. Just got very high crit. And the bombing? All right. Well, that is how you win that. Game 2. Hey. That shit's loud as hell. Thorn Hawthorne, thank you for the follow. Oh, it's because of the... Alright, I know why that shit was so loud. Game audio is probably loud. Yeah, that's better now. Okay, we're going to game 3. Sorry, Bombird, I was not familiar with your game. Did you bet big on Curtain Call? Alright. He's got power. Knocked his block off. They both got power. Okay. Alright. There's the grit. Flare Slap. 1 damage. Push himself back. Oh, the surprise would have killed. And another one. 3 in a row, baby. That's it. The gay bomb, baby. Happy Pride Month. Alright, we got Turnabout and Aeratron up next. Hold 20 chips. Did you make your money back? Okay, prediction is live. Net gain of 20? That's not bad. It's something. It's literally more than nothing, which I suppose is the best any of us can hope for. Ugh. Okay, what do we got? 73% on Turnabout. Okay, big ass Pierce. Both these monsters are like super strong though. Oh shit, look at that. Needle Steps. I was like really, if my goal was to like win Combo Breaker at all costs, I think my I would have gone with a mono this time. Turnabout needs to cap win, so when Fair Play balls out as a loser, I can get an anime protagonist comeback run. Hell yeah. I feel that. We're going to game 3. Alright. It's looking like Combo Breaker, baby. That was 3 games. 2-1 for Turnabout. Wow. Next up, we got Sir Static and Golden Brown. The static is back, dick. I don't know. I don't have quips off the dome. Predictions live. Bombird went 2-1 too. Everybody's going 2-1. Yeah, Macho and I had a really sick set to get into top 4. I think it was better than any of the matches in top 4. IMO. It was a 2-0. I had 2 wins. Macho got 2 wins back, and then it looked like he was going to win game 5. And I got super lucky on a desperation play, and I ended up winning. So it was pretty back and forth. A little bit more interesting than, oh, he hit Turn Assault. Oh, he hit Napalm. Oh, he hit Water Cannon. All these moves with 4,000% chance to hit. 76% on Golden Brown. That's the average hit chance of a monster that made top 4. Damn, power tail whip. Through. You're not tanking that, brother. That shit was doing double damage. Oops. Ah. Alright, we're getting back into it. It's been a while since I streamed. So much so that I didn't even do the vocal stim. I think, as funny as it is, I feel like I gotta take a moratorium on Stained, you know? Those dudes are, like, not good people. Or maybe it's just the one guy. I don't know if it's, like, I don't know what's up. I'm not, like, a Stained to knower or anything. Trample with a big guts lead almost kills him. Cutting 2? Oh, baby. We're going to game 3 again. It's a new TCGP set. Ultra Beast. Yeah, I have almost the whole set already. I think I'm missing... I don't know what I'm missing. Alolan Dugtrio EX. I think it's the only card in the set I'm missing. I don't have doubles of everything, but those are... I have singles of all the other diamonds in the game. It seems interesting. It's fun. I don't think it's very strong, though. I think the set as a whole is a little bit weaker than what we saw in the last set. And it's good because I don't like it when a new set comes out and it's just like, well, every new card is like the strongest thing you've ever seen. Why am I putting them in again? It's nice when it's like half the set, like, you know, allows older stuff to work, and half the set is like maybe not great, but potentially in future sets it's like a little bit future-proofed. I like the Kartana card, which is just like grass Farfetch'd. I was trying to run a deck with Blacephalon and Turtonator, and it's a lot of fun if I can get the first KO, and if I can't get the first KO, I instantly lose, which is, you know, not the sign of a good deck. Prediction is live, but maybe the sign of a fun deck. Full art Slavale. It's apparently really strong. Slavale seems okay. I don't know if it's really strong. It's kind of got like Pikachu EX from like the first set vibes, where you can, like, you know, you can get at a low amount of damage pretty quick. But I think the game's maybe too fast for 100 damage to like be super meaningful. Gusprat doing some big damage. A giant blow. Look at that. All right, game number 2. Here we go. Poo Man. Spirit Smash? Damn, that's a lot of withering. How many moves have we seen miss? I feel like it's almost like nothing. Nobody's dodged anything. Slavale, Rampardos, and Buzzwole are 2 big decks that came out of the set. Slavale, Rampardo seems interesting because, you know, you're thinning your deck quite a bit. I was seeing people run Shiinotic, Solgaleo, which seems pretty cracked as well. Okay, that was the first 2-0 of the day with Poo Man. 2 Fluid, 2 Fists, and Claire Farron. It's funny, I saw a bunch of people talking about how Buzzwole seems like really shitty because like 120 damage, can't attack again, is like a pretty bad effect. But there's so much support for it that it can't possibly be bad. Like, it's very easy to get the energy on it. It's very easy to swap it out into another Buzzwole and just, you know, attack with that one. I haven't played like any ranked, but it's one of those, like, I can't imagine it would be bad. Okay, prediction is live. Slavale Rampardos didn't really wow me the couple of times I played against it because when I played with my old deck, the Giratina, Snorlax, what's his name? Greninja deck, I was like rinsing that deck with my deck. So I was like, oh, it doesn't seem very good. But maybe it's good in the meta. It's just bad against my goofy team that I ran for ranked last season. 73% on 2 Fluid, 2 Fists. Dolphin Blow, eh? Dolphin Blow gets him. Need to wish Pokemon decks were 30 cards instead of 20. Yeah, I mean, the game would have to change pretty significantly if that was the case. There's like no actual searching as is. The game's already inconsistent enough. It would need to like be significantly different. It's good tournament plays from the vids I've watched. Had a lot of time to watch pocket content, unfortunately. I feel that. When you're sick and you're just like, I wish I could be doing other stuff, but I'm watching random YouTube videos to pass the time. I think Rampardos is always going to be good in tournament play because it's just like, it's a lot of damage really quick. And most of the big decks, like the most of the consistent decks are just like high HP basics. And like, it does really well against that. Big cut into from Claire Farron there. And you guys are going to have to help me. Is that 1-1? I think that's 1-1. It might be 2-0. We're talking about non-monster answers, so my brain is out of it. I just drank this fucker before we got on stream too. It's 1-1, I think. Feels like a 1-1. Well, someone can watch it back and let me know. It's pretty easy to fix because it doesn't really affect anything. It does affect who their next opponents are. But if someone's complaining about that, I mean, go play a different game. Magic Ball says 1-1. Alright. Ooh, Dolphin Blow. He tries. Tries for the KO, but doesn't even need it. We're going to give that to 2 Fluid, 2 Fist. And next up we got the Diamond and Groovatron. The Diamond, everyone's favorite. Big swinger. Diamonds! Not Shannon, as I was typing that, it was 1-all. Yeah, so thanks for ruining it. Groovatron is in the heart. Helps if I spell it right. Kind of look like Joe Burrow? Okay, I don't think I do. But I can see, if you've only ever seen me on stream, this like specific angle of my face. I can kind of get it. I kind of understand. But I don't think I do. Like, in person. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, camera and lighting and stuff changes the way you look a little bit. He's a handsome lad, though, so. Okay, prediction is live. It's crazy. When I was younger, I looked like almost exactly like Elijah Wood. And then as I got older, I very, very much do not look like Elijah Wood anymore. Especially not like how he looks now. Did you see the picture Toji sent to the guy we found who looks exactly like you? Did he actually post that? Because it was so... Okay, so while this bet is happening, we're at Combo Breaker, and Zaf and Toji were like, we found a guy who looks exactly like you. No picture, no nothing. And I was like, okay, well, thanks. You might as well have said, hey, guys, I just saw, like, a dragon. It's like, yeah, you have no reason to lie, I guess, but... I thought Toji sent a pic? No. No, he didn't take a picture of a random guy. You know, we were like, what does that mean? It's like, no, it's, like, it's obvious what it means, but you're right. Like, what does that mean? Kind of look like that Astaroth player from Combo Breaker? I do, I guess. Sat down on our table, straight up thought he was you. That's really funny. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying you guys are lying, and I think it would be weird to take a picture of a random person. Toji certainly did it regardless. That man was on his picture-taking game. But, you know, with consent. We love a king who supports consent, you know? Okay, that was a hell of a comeback. Rough. Oh, Toji's great, man. Just like a DMX track playing behind him every time he plays. Or every time he's like walking around, I should say. Damn, big hooks. Oh, the 99 miss! Oh, okay, well, I was paying attention for that. Alright. Damn, weapon did a lot of damage there. Okay, no. You showed him a picture of me and you didn't get a picture? That's actually crazy. It's one thing if you're like, hey, we saw this guy who looks like you, but we didn't interact with him. It's another thing to be like, yeah, we sat down and like I know his home address now, but also we didn't ask for a picture. Damn, the twister kick lands. He's almost there. Told you so funny. We're following him to meet Macho when he's playing Smash. He stopped so many people for photos. Yeah, he did that a lot. Thought he had it covered. Oh, the fact you asked, did Toji show you the picture? Not even like asking, did Toji take a picture? You just assumed is like completely fair, because I would have assumed the same thing. Very close game. Missed the 99%. You love to see a monster who misses the 99% still pull it out. Next up, Girls Night and Splinter. Girls Night is not only like a sick name, I think Macho like... That man broke the mold when he made this monster. I think it's sick as hell. Good ass tank. Splinter. Toji doesn't have a picture because I asked him already. Okay, whose monster is this? How's Combo Breaker? Are we getting videos of it? Yes, we are. Tomorrow we're gonna watch the stream. And then, yeah, we'll be making that into a thing. Dan. Alright. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, predictions live. Who do you like? Match you lost to beat dance, a single beat dance? Yeah. It's funny, I ran into two separate people I know from Toronto at Combo Breaker that I didn't know that were at Combo Breaker. One is my homie Salil, who runs a lot of production for a lot of esports stuff. He's done like, you know, a lot of big tournaments. He's directed like the in-house broadcast for Evo and stuff like that. And he was just going because I think his girlfriend or his partner, I don't know what their situation is, but she was stage managing one of the big stages. Hey, Afro, thank you for the sub. And then I ran into Riddles, who I didn't know was going to Combo Breaker. Riddles, one of the best Smash players in the world. But he was there for Street Fighter specifically. And it's funny because Macho and I were sitting at a table just eating. And then Riddles sits down beside us, and he was there for like 20 minutes. And then he's like, hey, oh shit, it's Nash. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Hey, Fenric. To Yet. Fenric, I think it's still just on Twitch. We're going to be watching it tomorrow, and then I'll make that a VOD. So the clean VOD will be uploaded at some point, but I'm not relying on them to do that. So we're straight up, we're watching that shit, and then we're going to go from there. Didn't find it on YouTube, not even streaming. Yeah, it's not on YouTube yet. It will be on Justin Wong's channel at some point. It's really funny how little people understand how these events work, because it was so funny just being like reading the comments, and every comment on the video last year was like, thank you, Justin Wong, for hosting this Monster Rancher tournament. Thank you, Justin Wong, for bringing light to this wonderful game. It's like he doesn't fucking know what the game is. He's never played Monster Rancher. Still love Justin Wong, though. It's really funny how he's like kind of, I don't want to say revitalized his career, because his career never went away. But he's like really been able to lean into the Evo moment 37 to like cash in big. And that's so smart on his part. Like, so much of his like brand now revolves around that. Also, that shit did no damage. What the hell? And like he found a way to like capitalize on that real hard. Good for him. Got smoked in Power Stone. Did both monsters just foolery? I don't know. I'm talking about Jaewong the God. Big tanky boy. And tanky girl. We love a brick house, don't we, fellas? See the reality show Jaewong was on? No, it's like a gaming reality show. That shit's like insanely cringe. I have not. It sounds like vaguely familiar. 4 seconds left. Oh, girls' night. Girls get it done, but not they. Girls not getting it done quite yet. 2-0 for Splinter. It's always a risk when you run a tank. Me, myself, and I versus Hattera. Me, my. She only landed 2 moves. I know, and she almost won. Did I spell it right? This is enough. Women, am I right, fellas? They do be shopping. Okay, predictions live. How do you make that monster? Which one? Hey, Golden Glaive. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna be real. I'm taking a little bit of credit for the name Saradon. I know, like, it's not the same time period or anything, but I went with, like, the extremely unwieldy Ashurbanipal for my Naga, and then suddenly a Saradon pops up. I know it's not the same region. Abyssinia and Russia are not the same and all of that, but I don't know. Trendsetter, that's all we're saying. 83% on me, myself, and I. Spiral Rush. This is it. It's going Rayquaza mode. I did trend set. I'm known to do that. Damn, Tail Assault. Giant Whip is such a sick. Oh, the forbidden combo. He hits it. The top tier combo. All right. We're doing it again. Other way around this time? Nah. Okay, well, he missed too, so everybody's missing. Everybody was Kung Fu missing or something like that. I don't know how the song goes. To the Giant Whip? Oh, he gets thwacked. Very delayed Giant Whip. Very delayed combo. Ooh, big miss. Gilgis Neck? That's pretty good. Face attack with power? A Spiral Rush with power? It hits it. Me, myself, and I are going to take that. Yeah, Combo Breaker was sick. I'm glad we got as many people as we did. We had more people. Can't run Doom versus Shinova. We had less people sign up, but more people actually play. Last year we had like 6 people who signed up, not actually enter the bracket. No, Can't run Doom is first. And so we had 24 people sign up, but only like 18 people played. And this year we had 20 people sign up and only 1 person didn't show up. And the 1 person that didn't show up was Frenzied Potato because their car broke down. That was so sad. I felt so bad for them. Oh, other way around. You want a $1,500 new transmission? That's really rough. I'm sorry, man. Okay. Predictions live. Who do you guys like? Still so disappointed I didn't enter. Still kicked my ass better a few times this week. That's on you. That's an unforced error. I don't know what to say, man. $5. You didn't even have to play it. You might as well have just, you know, thrown $5 in the pot. Thanks for the offer. No problem. Just had to get sick and spend 6 months in the hospital. Damn. Okay, well, you know, it's maybe a little bit less. All right. Now I'm the asshole. YTA, baby. Okay, 98% on Kenner on Doom. No, she's selfish. She was just there for fun. She just wanted to check it out. Okay, crit triple stabs killing is insane. Did it on purpose. She hates Monster Rancher. Oh, the rear leg kick. Heavy chop, big damage, not enough to kill though. Fist missile finisher, 74%. You don't like the anger. There's a rising grind. It's got anger though, but it's similar, yes. Hilariously quick death thrust miss. It's really crazy how quick it finishes. Triple stabs at 72 is gonna miss, and okay, you got no guts left. I like Can't Run Doom's moveset. Very simple. It's got the heavy chop. It's got fist missile. It's got hammerfall. Still could have entered in the free time I wasn't there. Yeah, but I mean, you're not gonna know. But yes, you fucked up. You you should have banked your time to play Monster Rancher. It's no problemo in Mismuter up next. It's got Doom. Does your robot have games on it? Macho, I will say, meeting you in person, it's immediately apparent that you're a teacher. In the same way that you're like, dude, it's so funny like watching you interact with other people. And we're not going to explain anymore what he means by that. It's immediately obvious from your demeanor and your patience that like you deal with children on a regular basis, and it's commendable. It's something to like strive towards. But it was just like, damn, this is the most polite man I've ever met in my life. Sorry, Mom, you can take me off the wheel. I'm about to be a top Monster Rancher Pro. Hell yeah. You're gonna make the what was the payout? Like $150 or something for first place? Hell yeah. That's pretty good. You're welcome, by the way. It would have been 50 without me. I won $25 of my own money. It's a learned skill? No, it shows though, is what I'm saying. Double slap. Into the rolling chop. Oh, he tries. Big headbutt miss. Scratch is a real good option here. Punch crit. That works too. Yeah, it was real fun to meet some new people. See people I met last year. That twiddling too? Maybe a little aggro on that, but you know, what are you gonna do? Can't tell a bot no. Ninja kick? Okay, well that was 50-50 shot to instantly win. We call that shit an even money proposition. Not a bad option. 1, 2. Nah. Leaping kick. Still behind. Another one misses. Ooh, it's no problemo. We're gonna take game number 2. I will say, even though I think maybe okay, fuck. Even though the tournament ran a lot better this year, like to the point where we had literally no problems, and I was like chilling on my phone during bracket when I should have been calling matches occasionally. just because we had so much downtime, and I was giving people time to, like, you know, go to the restroom and whatever. It felt more like I was running a tournament than last year. Last year felt a little bit more, you know, I was going to play video games and hang out. Bunny Rocks and Nettle up next. This year was much more like my goal is to run the tournament, and then everything else is like extremely secondary. Last year, everything else was secondary as well, but it was a little bit more. The tournament bit felt a little bit more important to me than it did this year. Like, this year was just straight up Monster Rancher and then, like, hanging out with people. Nettle is Zap's monster, yeah. Which is better? I don't know. They were different. Okay, prediction is live. I think also, like, the initial, like, anxiety of meeting everybody for the first time and, like, hoping none of you were serial killers was, like, you know, assuaged after last year. And this year, it's, was a little bit more like just going to chill. Okay, what do we got? 94% on Nettle. Fan of Mummew. So due to their association with Gobi in the anime. So your favorite monster of all time. What if someone became serial killer since last year? I mean, they got busy then. You gotta admire the hustle. That's all I'm gonna say. Wish I could have hung out more last year. It's just, you know, everybody's doing their own thing. That's the thing about cons and stuff like that, that people who haven't been before are, like, not aware of. And I'm not saying this is you. Like, I'm not saying this isn't... This is just me building off of what you just said. But there's this idea going in that everyone's going to hang out every day. And it's just, that's not how it works. People have so many things to do and, like, so many other people to see. Also, that bunny got fucked up. That it's just, like, it's not possible to do everything you want it to do. I barely played with the... what do you call it? Soul Calibur guys this year. I played like maybe 15 minutes and then I played my bracket matches and then that was it. And I didn't play at all for the rest of the weekend. And it's cool because well, I mean, it's sad because if I wanted to, like, get better at the game, Jordan, who goes by Incendiate, who's, like, the best player in the world, like, current Evo champ and Evo champ the year before, and he's won, like, every combo breaker for the last 3 or 4 years. He's, like, a really cool dude, and he's fun to play games with. He's just a normal guy who happens to be, like, ungodly good at the game. And last year, you know, we chilled and we played a lot, and he taught me a lot about the game. And this year, like, he recognized me before I recognized him, which was sick. Because, you know, you never know if you're just some guy when, like, you meet a friend of a friend. You don't know if they're going to remember you or whatever, right? And so it was cool that it's like, and he's like, oh, hey. And so we talked a little bit, but didn't get to play. And that game is cool as hell. So it's sad I didn't get to play more. Prediction is live. But, like, last year, I didn't get to play any One Must Fall. That's not the right monster at all. That's definitely not the right monster. He went for the Cyclone. You got to appreciate it. He's a little baby. He's a little baby boy. Who is Tatsumaki? Dylan. Oh. Okay, wrong person. Galaxy Moment. Assume your friend who had the Naga remember me from last year? Yeah, I mean, it's a small world. You go to dinner with someone, you're gonna remember it, right? I don't know if Rad actually streams anymore. I think his whole thing is just doing YouTube stuff. He does, like, big, like, multi-hour retrospectives of games and stuff. Prediction is live. And it's really funny because me and him are, like, very similar in the sense that like we'll get into it online. Like not with each other, but like if someone's gonna be an asshole, we'll like tell them to shut the fuck up. And it's really funny when like he says something and I jump in and like, you know, we riff on it or whatever. And there's always people that are like, oh, look at you sucking up to your favorite YouTuber. And it's like, brother, I don't even fucking watch his videos. There's a thing in real life called friends. All right, 85% on Dadbod. But like people think it's like, oh, you agree with the YouTuber, you must be a parasocial fan. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. His content is not for me. Like I haven't watched a single video. But we both like independently have come to the conclusion that you sound like a huge asshole, and that's why I'm here telling you you're being a huge asshole. It's really funny, man. It always gets me. All right, Tatsumaki wins game number 1. Average internet user doesn't understand the concept of IRL friendships. That's like, okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me canceled, so I'm gonna tread lightly to like explain exactly what I mean without being problematic. Tatsumaki wins game number 2, by the way. So there's this whole thing today where in a Capcom video about Street Fighter, they brought back the old composer from Street Fighter 2 to do some stuff, and she is like obviously incredibly talented and like a legend in the industry. And at one point in the video when they're talking about her, they say like the singular they when they're talking about her, and they said, yeah, like their work is incredible, they have such a wide breadth of like incredible stuff they've worked on. And the comments are all just chuds being like, she's a woman, don't say they. Like, just people who don't understand that there is, you know, they don't understand how grammar works. We all know these people. There's nothing, like, particularly noteworthy about that, right? It's like, oh, she's a woman, don't say they. Like, you know what I'm talking about. And all the comments were, like, clowning on these people, being like, this is insane. Like, imagine being this upset about this. And then all of, like, the quote tweets of the guy saying, this is insane, imagine being upset about this, were, like, trans people and allies. And I'm going to say allies in quotes because it's very, very performative more than it is, like, you know, actually helping anybody. We're like, actually, all of those people are right. You should never refer to anybody by they ever if you know their preferred pronouns. And, like, one, I don't know her preferred pronouns. I don't know her personally. I don't know them personally. But two, that's also an extremely online, like, way to think. And I can understand, well, sorry, I can't understand what it's like to be trans, especially Happy Pride Month. I can't, I'm gonna get canceled. I can't understand what it's like to like have those pressures of the world and like having just people like hate you for existing, right? Because I am a white male aged 18 to 49. Everybody loves me, right? But I think a big part of acceptance of anybody is just the acknowledgement that they are normal people. And by virtue of them being normal people, 90% of them are too fucking online and need to talk to people in real life. Because that seems like such a crazy thing to like be legitimately upset about. They're not even talking about you. I don't know, man. 99% on Astroman DX. But I was just like reading these comments and I'm like, I'm gonna like go for a walk today. It's beautiful outside. Happy Pride. Fiance is bisexual. I love him. Hell yeah. Not a fan of getting they, them when folks know that's not my pronouns. So, they, them is not most people's pronouns, right? But if I talk about Macho and I said, oh, they were like really cool to hang out with, there's like no way to find that offensive. If you've like made a comment about you specifically, like you just said, not liking being called that, I will respect that. I'm not going to make an argument about that. There's no point in me trying to police that and be like, well, actually, you should be fine with it. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Also, was that 2 games? We're going to play a 3rd game. I think that was 1-1. If you, like, make a comment like you just did where you're like, I don't like this, that's fine. No problem. To assume everybody else is going to, like, lose their shit about it is absolutely just you don't have friends in real life type of attitude, I think. I also do think like there is a contingent of people who say they to be offensive because they know it pisses trans people off when they're like, I'm not he, I'm not they, I'm a woman, or vice versa. But I feel like most people who say they are just doing it out of like familiarity or lack of familiarity. Rather, they're just like, you know, this is a person, I don't know them very well, or like I would say with Macho, but I don't know. I understand being guarded though. I understand not being able to tell who's on your side and who's not. Like that part I get for sure. Okay, prediction is live. People who expect people to not know their pronouns are the gate are obnoxious. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like probably like really awkward about it, and they're awkward about correcting people because they don't know how someone's going to react if you're like, actually, I go by he, or you know, I go by they, or whatever it is. And I understand like not wanting to like open that can of worms with people and just being stressed out about it. I get it. I understand why you would be like that. It's completely like it's a very easy thing to wrap my head around. Damn, big damage. Molly just said, if I don't know for sure. Anyone know the origin of the name Jill? I'm pretty sure it's a... Is it supposed to be like chill? And it's like just a bad translation? Yeah. Hating the woke crap we have to put up with by default, the same thing as hating trans or gay people. What are you talking about, man? You got the rainbow wig in your your profile pic. It's so crazy talking about woke crap or whatever, using your government name on YouTube. That shit's crazy, man. Anyway. Happy Pride, baby. All these people are literally paid to be outraged. Brother, I think you might have, like, a brain made out of Jell-O. There's no way you believe that. That's fucking crazy. like, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying, like, you might actually need to be put in an institution. It's fucking insane. So it's a 1 both, yeah. Totally legal and no bite up next. I read it wrong? Did I? Hating the woke crap we have to put up with is not by default the same as hating trans or gay people. A lot of these people are literally paid to be outraged. Brother, I don't... What the fuck are you talking about then? Okay, you're saying like the chuds are like paid to be outraged. Yes, I agree with that. But starting it off like, you don't have to like the woke crap is like... You're playing both sides so you come out on top. Like... What are you talking about? I mean, there certainly are people being paid to be outraged, but they're just, like, on Fox News. How was Combo Breaker? It was sick. It was a lot of fun. Being nice is easy? It is. It's very easy. Are you sure this guy's totally legal? I mean, this time around he is. Prediction is live. I'm saying that's a lot of outrage from both sides is manufactured. Okay, so yeah, no, you're making stuff up. You've imagined a thing to be mad at. There is a very small contingent of people who are paid to be mad about stuff, and they all have YouTube channels, and it's simply easy to just not like interact with them. He's been legal in everything I entered him in. Like, so this and, like, nothing else. I don't like that trans people are sometimes allowed to go to the grocery store without being beaten. That doesn't mean I hate them. There's a lot of that. Are there two different Greywolves in this game? Yeah, so this is Kamui. This is evil Greywolf. This is the fucked up, nothing personnel kid version of Greywolf, who's, like, actually good, and Greywolf is, like, unbelievably bad. This one's got the same guts rate as Metal Nerd. Look how fast his guts regen. Like, he can just keep swinging it. It don't matter. Look at that. I guess it's Whitehound in this game. Greyhound was in Monster Rancher 1. Okay, so he's missed like 7 attacks. He still has more guts than his opponent. Double roll saw. The third one will finish him off. The bite's gonna miss. He's got crit. Oh, no crit on Hurry. The bite throw's gonna land it. Look at that. Every tank you make gets their ass beat by Bajara. That's what he's made to do. Oh, the roll assault miss. You know, 2 Grey Wolves inside of you. The one that wins is the Kamui. That's fair. Another one. No bite gonna take it. Anyway. I'm really excited for the comments on this video later. People in chat, for the most part, are like pretty solid. YouTube comments in general are like pretty dicey to begin with. And I can imagine this will be a fun video for people who like to read comments. What monster won a combo breaker? Jungler, Naga plant. Surprise, surprise. Sheluxo. Excuse me. We had 3 ultra top tiers make top 4 this year. This is not Walmart guy. Walmart guy was like unhinged and maybe evil. Like in like a cosmic sense, he was an evil person. But he was entertaining. He's not just like, wow, you are a woke, you are going to be put in a camp, and it's like, all right, cool, man, you're insane. Like, show your coworkers these fucking posts. The Walmart guy was like, here's a 4,000 word essay on how my monsters are real in real life, and we have a psychic connection, and I am going to control the world one day, and also I am extremely anti-Semitic for some reason. Which is like obviously not okay, but goddamn, dude, it's more entertaining at least. That's like Chris Chan shit. It is pretty close. That 3 cubes. Hailstorm is such a funny attack. It's just like a couple of ice cubes dropped from the sky. Got addicted to Monster Sanctuary for a few months, but it's hard not to come back to Monster Rancher every time. Monster Sanctuary is sick. What a cool game, man. Insert politics about people being allowed to be in careers in Monster Rancher fell off unsubscribing. Yeah, I know. I'm just glad I'm not making videos about games people care about. Because I don't want... And, you know, no offense to some of you. Some offense to some of you. You'll know who you are. I don't like talking to gamers. If you're in the chat right now, you're probably safe. But, like, gamers, capital G gamers fucking suck, man. Offense to you, Martin. Yeah, exactly. Finally got a cassette piece a little while back. The game's actually insanely good. I never beat it, but I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I just got to a point I was like, I don't need to like keep grinding this out. Something about the story you told her you accidentally cooked your dad as he slept with the blanket when he fell down on him. Yeah. Poor guy. I have so many memories of my dad just like waking up angry. Oh, the fucking thing. God fucking damn it. And I try real hard not to be that guy, but I am that guy too sometimes. Always struck me as someone who talks to himself a lot. I don't know what that means. Okay, the gel wins. Monster Crown is cool. I'm gonna be honest. People are gonna hate me for this. Monster taming games, by and large, kind of suck. Lots of them are like really not good. Which one is Monster Crown? They're like every game is the fucking same. Oh yeah, it's Doesn't everybody hate this game? Isn't this the one everyone says is dog ass? I've never played it, so I'm not gonna comment on it. But I've heard bad things. Very picky about them. I've only liked Pal World so far. Pal World was really fun for what I played. I stopped playing before they made it less of like a glitchy nightmare. So it might be fun to go back at some point. What the hell? Mr. Shoehart and Sweet Summer Adult. Up next. Hate crafting. It was, the crafting was fine. There was a lot of stuff to do in the game. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Digimon World 2, best Digiworld? I mean, it's my favorite. I don't think it's very good. It's real good when you're playing it like 7 times sped up. Still remember when your house was on fire by accident? Dude, I'm going to be honest. That's like maybe my favorite moment from the entire stream. Like of my streaming career, if you want to call it that. I think that's the funniest thing that has ever happened. And because it's not Monster Rancher, it's on a video with like 400 views. It's like, you know, there's no justice in this world. Dude, it was so much fun. It was so goofy. You liked it for the humor and Pokemon references? Yeah, that's fine. Not every game is made for me, right? I don't have to like a game for other people to like a game. About 50-50 on the bets for this one. Alright, that's big damage. What's the new one from... God, I don't even know what the name of the company is. The company that made Monster Sanctuary. They have like a roguelite coming out. And, you know, I played the demo of it. I got an advanced copy. And I was like, there's like nothing to this. The game is like interesting, but it's very... No, Team 17 was publisher. Here, let me... Monster Sanctuary. Moirai. Yeah, Moirai is the company. Okay, was that just game 1? Oh, it was 2 hurricane wins? Damn. The double hurricane. Here comes the story over there. I can't sing that whole song. It was a different time. But yeah, the game seems like it's got some juice. But the problem is the ends before you really get to make a fucked up team. Bajara, and Hattera up next. So it's like, it starts to cook and then it's like, hey, wait for the full game. Which, like, really dampened the replayability of it. It's like playing like Mario 1-1 over and over again. It's like, yeah, it's okay. It'd be cool once, you know, I get to play the second level. Or just get into it. Okay, prediction is live. It's kind of like a cock block. It's kind of like you get blue balls. Like if there was a demo for Tetris and right before you drop the line after you set up your board, it's like it pauses and says, thanks for playing the demo. It's like, damn, dude, I just set all this shit up. I'm gonna play Cassette Beast soon. Cassette Beast was pretty cool. I choose a Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince. Game's actually fire. Game is sick as hell. It's just PvP is not good. And that's fine. It's okay. Them trying to balance it made it worse, I think, because it showed there was intention. If they were just like, no, we're letting everything rock, who fucking cares? I think I would have respected it a little bit more. Them making Eggmons and stuff easier to find was definitely a good step, though, but it should have been in the base game, I think. Never trained Bajara. Is he good? No, he's pretty bad. He's very good against tanks, though. Which is what we're seeing right now, even though we lost. Human-controlled PvP is removed in the PC port. Yeah, I saw that. Which is, like, fine. It's better as an auto-battler, anyway. And they're going for a leave you wanting more deal. I mean, it's just a demo. It is what it is. I don't think it's a fault of it. It's just a limitation of how the medium is set up, you know? I will say, though, I bought a bunch of game dev, like, lessons. And I'm excited to, like, you know, learn a little bit more about Godot specifically. Because I started working on something like a year ago. And then, you know, work got in the way. And then I, like, was committed to, like, making the stream better over the winter. And so I haven't, like, really done anything in, like, almost a full year. So I'm kind of excited to get back into it. I made the the last, like, game dev tangentially related thing I made was the what do you call it? Articuno V2, yeah. Was the Centaur model that I put out for the Centaur video, and that was like last August. Dude, the Monster Rancher demo is so bad. Oh my god. I was watching, I'm sure I was watching the same stream you were, Lexi. But yeah, it's Monster Rancher or Monster Farm 1 demo is literally you go to the shrine, you get a monster, and then it says to raise this monster, get the whole game. That's it. That's all you can do. And then it restarts. You got to go through the intro process. You type in your name and all that shit all over again. It kicks you out after you do one. You don't get to go to the market. You don't get to go to the ranch. 72 on Claw Lobber. That's not even a game? No, it's not. There was a demo disc with Monster Rancher 2 on it that a bunch of my friends had. But I think it's like you raise Suezo for a month and then you enter it in a tournament. Or Mochi for a month and you enter it in a tournament or something like that. And then that's the whole demo, which is like maybe a better demo. But still not enough to like do anything that like matters, right? Like you get 3 greats on pull. You're getting like what, like maybe 20 power. Million claws? Okay, 1 all. Issue with creature collectors almost never popular in their respective competitive scenes. The competitive scenes tend to die faster than most other games. Yeah, because people play monster games for the little guys. They're not playing for the competitive aspect of it. It's like entirely secondary. So on the Monster Rancher 1 demo, did it just generate off the Monster Rancher 1 disc? No, you can put another disc in. Claw Lobber gonna take it. Articuno V2, maybe the oldest monster in this tournament. Been around since the first DXBL. Yeah, it's interesting, Lexi, how much of the game there actually is. And like, it's just, it hits a flag where it's like, oh, game's over now. Versus, like, is that literally a build of the game that was made for the game, like the demo? That has like, maybe not limitations, but like, difference, like, or sorry, like the limitations are not like artificial, they're like kind of baked in. We Spinning and Jazzy Made up next. RA2 time demo, you can go all the way up to the club key door on Leon A if you can be fast enough. It opens crashing and due no room being made yet. That's cool. That's pretty sick. Prediction is live. Most people play it for casual personal aspect. I think the time sink to getting into the competitive scene also tends to be a big barrier. I think competitive in most games is just not a thing people give a shit about. Most people aren't playing games to get better at them. Which is why fighting games are still like so niche. Like, they're bigger than they've ever been, but they're still niche. Like, the biggest fighting game, like, content people on Twitch, outside of Max, who is, like, a complete anomaly, are getting, like, maybe, like, 1,000 people max per stream. That's, like, the best you can hope for. That's the ceiling. Also, I realized I said the word Max and the name Max. Maximilian's got like a very specific like vibe and brand that is like obviously fighting games first. Also, damn, the vitalization. But maxing, yeah, it's fighting games first, but like he is a variety streamer, right? Variety YouTuber. Maxing dude pilled? Hell yeah. And like, as much as like people don't want to admit, that is like every streamer's dream, is just being able to play whatever they want and have people tune in. Because that means that people like your personality. It's not just the game. I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there, and I'm fine with that. We're not doing this to make a living. All right. Well, that was 2 games. Also, nobody bet on the dragon. That's crazy. Well, a couple of people did, but not too many. Also, Wii spinning makes more sense now. He's got the claw. Just seems like with monster collectors in particular, seems to have greater challenges. Maybe it's just as simple as creature collectors are even more niche. I don't know. It's hard to say because Pokemon is obviously its own beast, right? And isn't really indicative of the rest of the genre. Turnabout and Wii spinning. What a name matchup. We got turning, we got spinning. Imagine people liking someone's personality couldn't be me. I believe you, man. It was funny. I had a couple of people, as much as I say this, and like, I'm not saying it to be, oh, woe was me or whatever, right? Because the chatters, the people who are in here chatting are like watching everything. The people who are lurking are chilling. And it's weird that Wii spinning is up immediately, but we'll take it, I guess. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Need to be nice to your viewers. That's also completely untrue. Most big streamers are gigantic assholes. There's like a couple that are like not explicitly antagonistic to their chatters. And it's like Germa, who streams like once every like 9 years. And that's about it. How's Combo Breaker? It was sick. I loved it. I was hot like Hassan. I'd definitely be a streamer too. You also, it helps to be like unbelievably wealthy too. Like, it's very easy to get into streaming if you don't need it to like survive. If you can just like fail and have nobody watch your shit and still do real well financially, you're doing okay. Okay, that is about what I expected from this matchup, to be honest. Didn't someone get into an argument with you along those lines on YouTube? Yeah, so I think that happens a lot, is someone will say something really obnoxious, and I'll be like, that's obnoxious. And they will be like, how dare you? I am a small Victorian child. I am now dying because you have been so mean to me. I cannot believe you would ever do this. You will never make it as a streamer. Goodbye. And it's like, alright, shut the fuck up. I don't know what to say to that. You're weak. I don't know. Crybullying, I have no respect for crybullying. As someone who learned how to fight as a small child because I got bullied for like having long hair. And, you know, I was mouthy, which sometimes, you know, altercations were my fault because I was obnoxious, and I get that. But sometimes people are just assholes, and because kids are just assholes. And, you know, I learned how to fight. And on more than one occasion, I got in a fight with someone much bigger than me, and we both got suspended because they cried to the principal about it. There was one time where someone took my hat and threw it in a pile of mud and then like stepped on it. So I pushed them, and then they grabbed me, and they were so fucking big that they could like grab me by the arms and swing me around. Like not like this, but like do like a full like 360, like Jack and Rose style. It was romantic as hell. And then I think he like hurt his leg doing that or something. And so he went to the nurse or whatever and was like, I hurt my leg. And she's like, how did you do it? And then he's like, oh, I got in a fight with this kid or whatever. And then we both got suspended. And I remember him like crying when we were getting suspended because he was afraid his dad was going to find out. And I was just like, I have like such a nice home life. Like, I was just like, this sucks, but like I'm gonna be fine. And this dude's probably gonna get his ass beat. And I felt like so much like empathy for this kid who was bullying me because he's gonna get his ass beat when he goes home. And I was just like, as an adult especially, like, I have a lot of empathy for it. But no remorse, because, like, fuck that. Loser. I know, it doesn't sound like it, but I'm over it. I'm over it. Don't tell my therapist I'm not over it. Don't put in the newspapers that I'm mad. Fuck. But just like, I don't know. It happened a lot where someone would like start a fight with me and I was smaller, but I would never like back down, and like sometimes I won the fight, sometimes I lost the fight. It doesn't matter because when you're a child, they're not like real fights. But I would say about 70% of the time when I fought back, it was like a big deal, and they like would go and cry to the teacher about it, and that shit always pissed me off. So I got no respect for it. I got bullied in elementary school a lot by a kid whose parents were getting divorced. You know, sometimes you're the punching bag because life is bullying the other kid, and it doesn't make it acceptable, and it doesn't mean you have to like forgive them for it or whatever. But, you know, time does heal all wounds. Doesn't make it okay, but it does make it like, alright, like, I get it, man. Also, Poo Man is getting fucked up. Like, the only time I ever had it, oh god, I'm terrified to tell my family was when I got in trouble for biting a kid in 3rd grade. Hell yeah. Can give it but can't take it. It's the classic, you're right. That's how it'd be in this bitch of an earth, you know? Also, nobody bet on the... What are you guys doing? You guys are going crazy. 2 fluids, 2 fists, and golden brown up next. Kind of an unfortunate combination of names. Two brown, 2 fluid. That's what I'm saying. Okay, predictions live. Who do you guys like? Chat on mobile, watch on TV. Hell yeah. Okay, so when you said it was on the big TV, I thought you were talking about Combo Breaker. I didn't know you meant like right now. I was like, hello, Goats family. People liking the dragon in this one. Guess people too interested in combo to remember to bet. I mean, you know, far be it from me to like want people to like listen less to whatever inane bullshit I'm talking about. 56% on golden brown. It's so crazy how I can just sit here and be like, isn't it like bullies are bad? And just be like, this is like, nobody's ever thought of this before. Like, I'm really treading new ground here. Didn't want to disturb him. I feel ya. Anybody agree with me in the bullies are bad? But I just hate the cry bully shit. The idea that like I can't fight back because I'm a big time streamer and you're like a nobody. Brother, I'm a nobody too. This is not a real thing. It's like the idea that YouTube comments are bad. That's pretty novel too. They are. They've been bad. I don't always bet either because often I'm listening in the background doing other stuff. I think this stream for like a lot of people is like a throw it on while you're doing the dishes type shit. And I'm cool with that. Because I'm going to be real. When I'm watching these Monster Rancher streams, I'm not tuned in. Like I'm not zoned in the whole time. I'm watching my monster and I'm listening the rest of the time. So I totally get it if that's what other people are doing too. So I'm pretty sure that was that 2-0? Someone who's actually watching. I'm not even watching my own stream. Oh man. Bully's making a comeback. There we got some Biff Tannins. I think it was 2-0. The beauty of this is we can go back. We can just add in an extra match if I made a mistake. Okay. The Diamond and Splinter up next. I feel like my voice still isn't completely back from Combo Breaker. That was 2-1? Did the Undine win the first game? Okay. Yeah, Evolution, the person we're talking about, Predictions Live, by the way, is somebody who was getting like really, really obnoxious every time I was like late on one of my Nuzlocke videos. By the way, there's a new one coming out this week. They were like getting really, really obnoxious about it and just saying like, calling me lazy and this and that. And I was just like, brother, do you want to edit it for me? Like, that's all I said was like, if you want it done, like, do you want to edit it for me? And then he wrote like a paragraph like, you are a sassy boy. I wish I still had the comment. It's so good. It's like, what a sassy little streamer. You were too lazy to edit even your own video on your own channel. And I was like, brother, I worked like 60 hours this week. I don't give a shit about this channel. like, I think you care more about this channel than I do. Like, it's nice that people watch my stuff, but like, you are like crazy. I think what I said at first was like, retype this paragraph in like your work group chat or something like that and see what they say. Which is just like, that shit is evergreen. If you ever want to like call someone out for saying something stupid or like insane, just be like, type this shit in your, like, show this to your coworkers and see what they say. Because it will like, they'll lose their mind. Yeah, sassy was the insult. And then he spent like, I don't know, probably like an hour like perfecting the next perfect paragraph with his like Machiavellian wisdom or whatever he was doing. And then my response was like, brother, I have a wife and a job and like friends and hobbies outside of editing videos. It'll get done when it gets done. And he hated that. Like, I appreciate it. But like, I'm gonna be real. If you want to talk to me like that, you gotta be paying me $12 a month. You gotta be on the Patreon. You can't just be some brokey. I won't accept it if you're paying me $12 a month anyway, but at least it's like, hey, what's going on here? And I can be like, ah, my bad, my bad, my bad. If you're doing this shit and you're also like, you can't afford the $1 a month, I don't know, man. Maybe less time watching my videos, more time looking for a job. Okay, so that went to the diamond. Wait, diamond one, right? Yeah, we're gonna say diamond one. Diamond. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Coworkers are used to me being unhinged. I would assume they do. They are, yeah. Got to be giving me money if you got to call me sassy. What's really funny about that is my band. I had a band in high school. Kind of a punk band, kind of a hardcore band, and we were called the Sassy Pirates. So I've been sassy. That shit's not even an insult. I've been sassy since before you were born. 58% on Nettle. You sassy pirate boy. Happy Pride Month. That was like an extremely gay name for a band of like people who were like cishet, but you know, it's punk. All right, Nettle wins game 1. A big ol' knock. Not sure if that's something to be proud of. Why did... Explain to me what you mean by that. Expand on that. Stop using only Spiral Rush? What if it wins, though? What now, Jetstream? How now, Brown Cow? You can be proud of being a sassy boy if you want. That's what I'm saying. People are too afraid to be a little whimsical. They take themselves too seriously. Their middle management jobs. And whatever the guy I'm making up in my head right now to Strawman is doing with his life right now. You were kidding? I'm gonna be real. And this is not an insult. I think people don't think about the jokes they write online. And a lot of the times, because they've done like no workshopping on it, it just comes across as like making them sound like a shitty person, especially when they're like not intending it, right? It's okay to not say the first thing that pops into your head. And this is not an indictment of you. This has been happening in my Discord a lot lately, which is making me think about it. It's not, this has just reminded me of it. This is not the catalyst. We got to put a moratorium on people telling jokes till we figure out what's going on here, is what I'm saying. Can it run Doom and Tatsumaki up next? Nettle, what's the reference? It's probably just nettles, like the plant. Not funny, just funny looking? Damn. Hard to convey taking the piss online? Absolutely. I will say, and it's funny I'm about to say this because it was the same guy that I said this to originally, who called me a sassy boy. This one dude made this fucking unhinged comment. It's the same guy. It's the sassy boy guy, but like earlier on, like weeks earlier, about how the worst thing about the Monster Rancher anime was that Mochi was a boy because he looked like it would be really easy to do something heinous to it, which, you know, I'm not gonna like get into the details, but like you can put the dots together. You can put the pieces together. And I was just like, I don't think anybody in the community has like had this thought except for you. And then he's like, it's just a joke. Why are you getting so fucking offended by a joke? And my response, which I still think to this day, is like, it's something I had never thought of before until this moment. And then it like dawned on me. I'm like, this is what it feels like to be a woman in public and turn down a guy, because it is such just like, he shot his shot. I was like, this shit doesn't fly. And then he immediately turned into the biggest piece of shit on the planet. And just like being like a heinous asshole. And I was like, I said that to him. And then he's like, yeah, well, the problem about jokes is that most people don't get them. And I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, man. Like, I think the problem with jokes is that most people's friends have done them a disservice by not telling them they're not funny. Like, the people in your life have like made my life worse by like not telling you to shut the fuck up a little bit more often. Like, I don't know. But like, if you want to feel, I'm assuming what it feels like to be a woman who has like turned down a guy, just tell a guy online that their joke is not funny, because most of the time they're gonna like absolutely lose their shit. The old Monster Rancher Discord degen from around 2020 probably turned out some of the viewer ex-mochi stuff we're talking about. Okay, yeah. It's funny that I don't know exactly who you're talking about because I have like more than one person in my head right now. Problem with jokes is that most people don't get them. It's something you hear from someone who has no understanding of comedy. It's like, it's actually funnier than anything I could, like, anything I've ever said in my life. Was that 2-0? Tatsumaki won that one, right? I'm like completely out of it today. It's been so long since I've run like a bracket online on stream that I'm just like losing my mind here. I'm so lost on that one. I'm so sorry to Canner Undoom and Tatsumaki. Maybe I can watch it back and see. Engulfed in chat keeps scoring. That's fine. I'm not blaming any. It's my responsibility. I'm the one dropping the ball here. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what my stream looks like in 1080p on Twitch. It looks so much better than on YouTube. I feel so bad to anybody who's like watching mainly on YouTube because this shit does not look nearly as good on YouTube. Also, my hair is like, just the way my hair is right now, it really makes it look like I got a widow's peak. I got a little bit of a widow's peak, but it's not too bad. It's not like Vegeta. It's just the way it's sitting makes it look like the side is like super high up. It's 1-1? Okay, thank you. Termites bite wood, who bite skin? Dermites? I get it. Okay. I think the big problem with like a lot of people who like just say jokes online is that the number one thing about jokes, and maybe not number one, but like it's up there, is you got to know your audience. And these people have never had an audience. So it's just, I don't know. That's it. They have no frame of reference for like what's actually funny, because the only people they've ever talked to are like people who are never going to tell them that they suck. And that's fine. That's a wonderful way to live your life, but there is a little bit of a culture shock, I think, when you come up with against some friction. Snow Problemo and Me Eat You Now up next. I don't think I'm a very funny guy. I think I am like averagely funny, but when I compare myself to people who I feel are funny, I feel really, really like inadequate. Being completely honest. Like, we talked about it before, and you know, friend of the channel, Bonus High Tops. Prediction is live, by the way. Bonus High Tops has this new series of videos out about Final Fantasy VII that he's been working on, and they're so fucking good, man. They're so funny, and I'm just like, I can never write a script like that. They're doing really badly in the algorithm because they're too heinous. Like it makes sense that like they're not being pushed out to everybody because they're raunchy, but they're so fucking funny, man. And I'm dying. And it's like YouTube's not really the platform for it, but my god, dude, the new Final Fantasy videos he's putting out are so good. They're like, he basically has this conceit where he's like, I'm going to put out a video every day for a week about Final Fantasy VII because, you know, I have so many like good memories about the game. And then the videos he's putting out are like so fucking batshit. The first one is like, he like plays the game with like a controller made out of grass, like just like a bit on the like, can you beat it by touching grass? And then the next video is he made a bunch of like really fucked up lewd merch for the games. That's like nobody would wear it in their right mind. It's insane how like, I mean, people wear ahego or whatever, however you pronounce it. I'm not a gooner, so I don't know how it's actually pronounced. I've only ever seen the word written. They wear those hoodies with all the girls. They're like very clearly like ripped from like dirty pervert sex mangas or whatever. And so he just made like the most like heinous clothes I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then the next one, the one he put out today, is like an ASMR video of worms, but it's done like he has a like he made a Tifa rig for like he got like a VTuber Tifa rig commissioned to like do like fake ASMR over. It's like I'm Tifa and I have this like I have a bunch of worms and they're just like in a bucket with like a Shure SM7B, which is this expensive ass mic I have. They just like threw it in like a fucking tub and covered it in dirt and there's worms in it and it's just an ASMR video about it. It's like, what the fuck? This has nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII, but there's a Tifa VTuber rig on screen. And like, I'm just losing my mind. They're so funny, man. Anyway, that's it. That's a game. The teleport. Anyway, go watch Bonus High Tops on YouTube. Pa pa pa. Is that it? The double chop combo. Now's not out yet. When we get to see Tifa's bucket of worms in the next installment. Yeah, that's what's missing from it right now. Roasting is endearing in the sense that you communicate your intimate knowledge of who you roast. I think there's like a misconception about roasting too, where people think they can take it. I'm gonna be real. If you were to get like super personal, I don't know if I could handle it. And I've got a thicker skin than most people, by virtue of being a cishet white male aged 18 to 49. Though one could argue, just like we were talking about earlier, living a life with like no friction in it societally does end up causing you to have issues as soon as you like run into that friction. Which is why so many guys are just like get tilted immediately. Because they have time to be angry about stuff that doesn't matter, instead of stuff that like being worn down by stuff that does matter. Predictions live, by the way. Charlie Sheen roast. I try not to watch them because it's not really my thing. Like, they're simply mean, right? The whole, if it's not a friend doing it, it's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you would do that, because it's just strangers making fun of you. Is like, there's nothing endearing about that. It's just shitty. 74% on No Bite. People like the Zoom. He's been doing well. I think my favorite line from like any roast was was it the Pam Anderson roast where Courtney Love was there, and they're like, how is it possible that Courtney Love looks worse than Kurt Cobain? And like, that's so mean, but it's very funny. And then they were making fun of her alcoholism, and she's like, I'm not drunk, and the guy's like, I hope for your sake right now that that's not true. I hope this isn't just you normally. Predator and Sweet Summer Adult. Yeah, I think a roast if you're not like friends with the person, which is why like a lot of the televised roasts are like kind of like cringy to me, and why the Bob Saget one like hits so hard for me with the Norm Macdonald bit is because I think, you know, he kind of had the same idea about them as I do, where it's like, why would you want to be like super mean to your friends, right? Okay, prediction is live. And like half the jokes were just like about him like assaulting the Olsen twins, which is like an insane thing to just say. Like what the fuck? I don't know, man. I don't get roasting. Me calling Macho a hick and him calling me, he's never called me a gap tooth honky, but I would welcome it. Something like that is like acceptable to me. I don't know. I think there's limits, though. Predator! Speaking of Bob Saget. Oh my god. That was good. That's a joke. That's what we call a joke, folks. Rest in peace, Bob. Alright, Predator up 1-0. The double spike top miss? Damn, that's rough. Into the Hurricane? This gel's on the ropes. The Red Wisp finisher? Friend who can roast you is for sure more than a high and by friend. I think we're not saying the same thing. We're talking past each other. Because I'm not saying there's something inherently wrong with it. I'm saying celebrity roasts are stupid because they're not your friends. They're just people. They don't have your best interest in mind. They're trying to dunk on you. Is there a difference between roasting and trying to actually hurt someone? Yeah, I think so too. Another Red Wisp? Ah, you got him. Sweet Summer Adult gonna win that one. Every celebrity needs a personal dunk tank. Wisp finisher feels BM twice in a row. I think it is. Claw Lobber and Hattera up next. I feel my voice starting to go. Whole lot of missing both ways. Yeah, that was a strange fight. Hattema. 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 Good song. Excellent riff. That's one of my favorite Simpsons bits of all time. Prediction is live. When he's singing the 2 Tickets to Paradise bit, and he starts singing the guitar solo. It's like such a non-joke. It's good though. Florida. Florida. Okay, 77% on Hattera. Didn't catch him on the road. Oh, are you like driving right now? That's my favorite comment to like leave in someone's chat. Is like, this is my favorite stream to watch while driving. It's a lot of scratches. Oh, how are I gonna take it? Look at that. Big stab. Got the power. Tail lashes. It's my favorite stream to watch during surgery. I need to put I got this like text box on the side that like is like too big because it's a holdover from when I used to leave chat on my stream at all times, and then I got to a point where I was trying to like edit videos and I would have to like blur out some like heinous comments. So I made it so chat disappears like pretty quickly. And so like the box is just empty space 99% of the time. I gotta put like a subway runner or whatever, a hot knife cutting through like multicolored Play-Doh or whatever, and put that in the corner just so people don't get bored. Bombird and Veteran up. Put Hop About there. You know what's like really shitty? Thinking about the Sassy Pirates, I had 2 different songs that I wrote that after writing them, I heard a song that was like the same song. And I was like, well, everyone's going to think I ripped this shit off. Prediction is live. I wrote a song. It was like much faster because it was like the intro to like a hardcore song. But the intro to the song was note for note identical to that Chasing Cars song that came out in like the mid 2000s. But I had been playing the song like live for like a couple of months before that song dropped. And then it came out and I was like, I got to change how my song is. I can't be associated with this. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? And then the other one was, I think, an AFI song. And no one would believe me that like I didn't rip off the song because, you know, I'm a huge AFI fan. They're my favorite band. But I hadn't bought that album at the time, so I didn't know. I forget what the Crop Tub, I think. Fuck you very much. Only loosely related, but Bombardier is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. Stark just drops rocks. It's sick, yeah. Everybody likes the Bombird. Someone else is driving? Okay, well, that's acceptable again. 2 missiles to the face? Veteran getting flashbacks. Holy moly. At least Veteran hasn't had to fight anybody who's got napalm, you know? He dodged it this time. Yeah, AFI, yeah. That diving press, holy moly. Geronimo indeed. Game 3. Big ol' Gus Breath. This is like his worst nightmare matchup. Oh, the dancing. That's not what he's weak to. He's weak to the missiles. Big ol' bite. He's got the he's got the power. Oh, he dodged. He's in there. Power duck and dance. 272 damage. Oh, shit. All right, that's a lot of withering, but you got to get back in it. You can't be using your flutters. He switches to beak thrust. Oh, no. He loses. He did. That was cool, though. Power duck and dance. Everybody loses their chips. All right, we're about halfway through this tournament, which might not seem like much. And truth be told, we did start a little late. Sir Static and Claire Farron up next. We've also been killing a lot of time shooting the shit, you know? Sir Farron. We got a Durahan fight now. You may have lost us one tough bird. There was one tough bird. Okay, prediction is live. I might just kill predictions for the last round. We'll just get through a little bit quicker. I did start late. We talked a lot about Combo Breaker at the beginning of the stream, and I can't go super late tonight. Not for any reason in particular. I just am simply not capable. It's just like, dude, it's been so long since I streamed. It's been almost 2 full weeks. Yeah, Wednesday. It was Wednesday like 2 weeks ago. Or Tuesday 2 weeks ago? Something like that. Yeah, Tuesday. Because on Wednesday I slept for like 2 hours and then drove. Okay. What do we got for the prediction? 73% on Sir Static. Big ol' miss. Slash combo. Rush slash. It's not enough. Thunderbolt. Oh, fuck. You went for it. You don't need slash combo there, but anything will kill. Might as well go out big, you know? Cutting to big miss. Slash combo. Okay. How do you kill a tank in one hit? That's certainly a move to do it. Next up, we got Girls' Night and Groovatron. Hard not to bet on something with Metal Nerds at sub. Yeah, tank versus slash combo is tough, though. Well, what if they're both tanks? This is our first full tank matchup tonight. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? We're talking about me and some friends today on Blue Sky talking about paid fighting game players as coaches and how it's like paying for coaching in fighting games is like kind of insane. 65% on Girls' Night. One, because, you know, most people will just do it for free. If they're friends of yours and they're better than you, they'll just like help you get better at the game. But I can understand that maybe some people don't have access to that. The second thing is most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Coaching is not like a regulated industry, and you're going to someone who very well may have no idea of how to actually like coach. They may have like convinced themselves they would be a good coach, or someone has convinced them they would be a good coach, and they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like you have no idea what you're gonna get. But it's just it's so weird to me. Imagine hiring a coach and they tell you to main pet shop. So that's kind of the joke, is we would have these Smash tournaments where it was like the ranked players weren't allowed to enter. And we would have like fun gimmicks in them because they weren't like as important as like actual tournaments that would count for ranking and shit. And we called them Arcadians. And one Arcadian we ran, there were a couple of like tournaments before that where if you had like completed certain objectives or whatever, or you like had like beaten certain challenges or whatever, you were able to get a coach to like help you out during the Arcadian. And I won whatever, I forget what the challenge was, but I ended up winning it, and I was unranked at the time, so I got one of the best players to ever play Brawl. It wasn't Brawl, it was Smash 4, but one of the best players in the world to ever play Brawl. V115, the best Samus, Zero Suit Samus player like in history, to help me out. And the best advice he gave me watching one of my games was, your character kind of looks like it sucks, man. Like, I don't know what you can do here. And that was it. It was like, all right, you are a gifted player, and you do not know anything about coaching. Also, that was crazy. All right. Slash combo on nothing. Grooves in the Tron. Girls Night already won? Okay. I thought it might have been 1-1. It was 2-1, okay. That was 3 games? Holy moly. Whatever, it's 3-1. Coaching is a skill like anything else, and I simply just don't believe that anybody who's like, oh, I'm going to be a coach now, has the ability to do it. Even, like, in boxing, right? There are... Oops, one sec. What's wrong? There are coaches who, you know, are not particularly good, and their fighter just happens to be really good. There's, like, so many... And this is not me being critical of other people, because it's really easy to, like, watch a YouTube video and be like, oh, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing, you know? And I don't like being that guy, because everybody's got opinions. Most people can't do half the stuff they are critical about, right? Or 90% of the stuff they're critical about. But sometimes you'll see a video of, like, a pro's training session, and it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what is this goofy nonsense? Prediction is live. But it's like, maybe they're a secret genius, and it's a thing that works really well. Or maybe the fighter is just gifted, and any coach could be, like, helping them out, you know? It's like a mechanic. Most of them are going to be fine, but, like, you don't know until you've, like, you know, gone there. If someone coaches me on a fighting game, the first thing they said is your character sucks, pick a better one. It's not like I paid for him, though, right? It wasn't... He's like a friend of mine, and I was just like, you're really good at the game, help me out. And he was like, I don't know what to do, man. This shit looks awful. And what's really funny is he was right. It was like an unbelievably bad matchup that he was watching. And I was doing my best, but I couldn't make it happen. I wasn't good enough to overcome the gap. That was a fault of mine. It was a fault of the characters as well, but, you know, character select screen is part of the game. And if you lose there, then, you know, that's player error. It is what it is. Depending on my goals, if they tell me your character sucks, pick another one, I might be okay with it. If your goal is to become, like actually, like, make a career out of it, and they say that, you should take it to heart. Why are you playing a bad character? You choose mains mostly on vibes, so you don't care about tournament results, which is fine. That's absolutely an okay way to play the game. That's why I was so stoked to get the boy on stream, because I was like, this guy is not top tier. He has some, like, egregious flaws in PvP. One being that his intelligence build is probably better, but it's impossible to play the game only having access to 2 slots. And the other being, everything, like, is at best like 45% chance to hit. But I was like, look, if I want to make it there with him, because I care more about showcasing the boy than I do about winning. And so that was my goal, and it worked out. If my goal was to win, I would have gone with Mono like I had planned. Dadbod and Shinova up next. Win with your faves. Which reminds me, money's been kind of tight with traveling and stuff, and the car thing and everything else going on. Also, I probably got to get my car painted, and it sucks because I just got in that accident and they just fixed it all up. When we were driving to Combo Breaker, Pyro and I hit 2 potholes back to back that were so fucking big. I thought I had, like, fallen asleep on the road and, like, hit a car. It was, like, monstrous. I thought my alignment was going to be thrown out of whack. They were so big. And we hit them, like, at speed. all that happened is that on my front driver's side bumper quarter panel, you can see the bottom is all scraped up. It's not really noticeable unless you're like really looking, but it's there. And then same thing on my back quarter panel near my rear passenger side car. So kitty cornered, like this corner and then this corner are both just like scraped up all underneath the car. And it's like, I've wanted to get my car painted for a little while because I got some like other scratches. People hit me with their door and stuff in parking lots and things like that. And one of my wheel wells is like starting to rust a tiny bit because I hit a parking block trying to avoid a car that was like backing up into me. And I was like honking and they just kept coming and I was like, fuck, I got to get out of the way. And so I made a turn and I turned too sharp and I scraped a parking block on my rear quarter panel on my passenger side. And so I repainted it, but like it looks kind of shitty and there's a little bit of rust coming through. And so I'm probably just gonna get my car like repainted, but like it's expensive. I can't just let it rust though. I love my car. There's nothing super special about it, but I do love my car. So I got to get that painted. And then after all of that stuff is like kind of squirreled away and I pay my taxes for this quarter and this and that, I'm going to commission this year's DBXL or the Deluxe Cup winner. I already have it planned out. So we had a Garuda win, right? But instead of doing the whole Garuda monster, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a helmet made of Garuda's head. Maybe not something that can be worn, but like a bust, kind of. Hey, triple stabs. Damn. Okay. Did Dadbod win game 1? I thought it did, but as soon as I like questioned myself, I'm like, I don't know. A quick 2-0. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, potholes are fucked up. Hey, hi Tops, how are you doing? We were talking about your videos. I think you went a little, and I don't say this in a bad way. I mean this in like the most clinical way I can say it. I think you're being demonetized. Like you're being shadow banned for your content on YouTube because that shit is extremely funny but unbelievably out of pocket. And I could see YouTube being like, we can't actually show this to people. This has to be like age restricted and like hidden from the masses. But it's very good and you should be proud. Prediction is live. Worms vid in the merch one, yeah, not the cake sitting of all things. Yeah, that one did the best, right? Sometimes you just gotta make art. Yeah, man. They're so good, man. And I don't know how you feel about it. So like I'm trying real hard not to be like the man, you should have more views type shit. Because people say that to me all the time and they're just like, "Wow, your stuff's so good. It sucks that nobody watches your videos." And it's like, "Cool, man. That's like unbelievably shitty to say." Tomorrow's the best one? Hell yeah. Is tomorrow like an actual review of the game and not like I put like a $500 microphone in a bucket of dirt? Everybody on Snowday for this. Cause like I've seen the clips you've been putting out. The real deal Holyfield? Hell yeah. Yeah, cause I think I thought more of the videos were gonna be like the clips you were putting out on Shorts. Everything up is kind of a meme that hopefully pays off for the big one. Look at this. The man's an auteur. I'm probably going to be cracking up Tifa's Bucket of Worms ASMR all night, so it's an honor to have you here. Dude, it's so funny, man. Also, Mismuter got fucked up by a heavy tech. That was crazy. Game 3, here we go. One, two straight. Intelligence Chill is risky. I respect it. I do respect it. Ooh, head assault, big damage. Alright, the big headbutt. Almost done, round 2, and then, like I said, I think we're gonna call it on the betting for the next round. We'll just get through it. Totally legal in Astroman DX. Also, LG made a edited a VOD that I still have to put up. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? We made the one on the Kamui, Special K. You're back. Hope you weren't waiting too long. Welcome back. I was waiting. I thought you had perished in the time you were away. 50-50 on the bets. Here we go. Oops. We don't see Pure Jill a lot. That's true. We don't. Punch combo. Damn. It's kind of funny how little that did. Big tanky dog. They're both tanky though. Million stabs. Is it gonna be enough? No. He's got anger. Angry stab. The grit, but he has no guts. 4 seconds left. The bite gonna finish him off. Hard situation to be in his Astroman there. I'm going Wolf on this one. I think Wolf is probably the smart pick. Astroman does have slash combo though, which is like the best tank killer move in the game, really. I mean, I guess Death Thrust is, but no anger, just chilling, just vibes. Flash Slash miss? Oh my god, I was about to say how cool of a move Flash Slash is, and then it does that. Holy moly. I don't think it mattered too much, but still. God damn. Cyclone would like to have a word with you. The thing is, if Cyclone doesn't kill Golem's in a lot of trouble. Oops. That's 2-0. Death combo, or Death Thrust costs nothing. That shit is basically free real estate, Jimbui. Like, what's the difference between 69 force and 78 force, right? It's not really that big of a difference. New set of real Pokemon cards is cool. Ethan's Typhlosion? Who's Ethan? Is Ethan the, like, gold? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that goes to dog. Bajara, and Articuno... Or Badger. Is that what it is? Like mushroom fame? Weebles? We got some Weeble shit? Is Bajara without the L? I'm aware. To play on Jar Jar Binks? Okay. Bajara. Okay, I get that. I do like Badger too. Okay, prediction is live. Have a hunch Cyclone is complete trash in heavyweight. I would say it's complete trash. It's just not as good as it is in the other two formats. You got a Wii in the mail and AI upscaler. We're doing Manhunt 2 if this is over. I've never played Manhunt 2. I remember Manhunt 1 coming out, and my friend got it, and it was just like, we shouldn't be playing this. Like, this is the most fucked up game that's ever existed. And it's like super tame by today's standards. It's like watching like an old slasher flick from like the 80s and being like heaven forfend watching it. Like, it's like Saw's got like a dude's head getting ripped open by a bear trap. Like, you got nothing on this. Tripping the first time I saw Manhunt and invoked the worst dread I ever felt. I remember we were on like the last mission in like a train yard or something like that, and we were getting so frustrated with it that we just started like running. Like, fuck it, I don't care if people see us, we're not sneaking around. And I think that's how we eventually like beat the game. It was just like we got frustrated and we're like, I don't care about what the game wants me to do, I'm not playing it like that. Motion controls in 2 made me feel icky back in the day. Now it's nothing compared to VR. I can imagine, yeah. Articuno V2. Alright, game 3. I do believe. I'm pretty sure Badger won. Bajara won game 1. He was landing a lot of moves. Like Child's Play? Yeah, Child's Play was like first and foremost a comedy, right? Like, it's funny. She's like flying around. She got like the doll on her face. I remember my older cousin being like terrified after watching the movie though. It was like a thing in our family that like was talked about. It was like how fucked up my older cousin got from like watching the movie when she was like 10 years old. Which would have made me like 4 or 5. Minus 83 is crazy withering. Yeah, it's a lot. After I showed Child's Play to my cousin, he wouldn't sleep on the floor because he was afraid Chucky would come out from under the bed. He's right. He's right to be afraid. Okay, totally legal one. Badger beat Articuno. Okay, 2 more matches in this round. Mr. Shoe Hart and Shaluxo up next. Oh yeah, also, when I was at Combo Breaker, a thing I like about going to a hotel is just putting on the TV on like FX or like some random channel and just watching whatever's on TV, because it's like, I never had cable growing up, and now I'm like spoiled for choice and can watch whatever I want. I like the like, it's almost like listening to the radio where you just like put on the TV and there's like a novelty to it now because it's like so foreign to like not have complete control over what you're watching. I just like throw on the TV and I see what's on. Predictions live, by the way. And the first episode of Boy Meets World was on TV as I was going to bed on the first night of Combo Breaker. And I could not believe how shitty that show is. Because I loved Boy Meets World as a kid. And it fucking sucked. Like, it's made for kids, obviously. It's not something made for a 35-year-old man. But it was so bad. Watching Late Night Letterman and Hotel went hard. Dude, especially as someone who literally never got to watch it. I feel that 100%. I remember going to Florida and my parents would have like Letterman on TV. And I was like, this is sick. This is so cool. You ever go to a con that had a channel for the convention? No. I haven't. But when we went to a pizza place, they had the Combo Breaker on the TV, so we got to watch some Street Fighter 6 while we were eating some pizzas. Topanga was such a weird character in the first couple seasons. She's not even in the first episode. 100% on Shiluxo. It's kind of funny how that's like a formational memory for like multiple people, is like watching like late night TV in a hotel. Damn, big ice coffin. Angry grab throw? Mr. Shoehart gonna win that one. Alright, last match of round 2. And then we gotta plow through this last one, because I want to get to bed by midnight. Or be done by midnight, and I still gotta shower and stuff. Aeratron and Jazzy Made. It made you feel like one of the cool kids? 100%. And my parents would be like, okay, you can listen to it, but close your eyes. And I'm like pretending to be asleep while they're watching. I also vaguely remember like watching some like Chris Angel shit when he was like first came out. Happy Pride. That's not what I mean. When like he was like first like a thing in like the early 2000s. I remember it was, I think it was like one of the stunts where, was it the one where he went into the cage like off the motorcycle? Okay, so he had this bit, and we've talked about it on stream before because it's insane, like how fake it is. But basically, it was like there's no camera cuts in this. We're doing it in one long, like, contiguous take. And what we're doing is I'm gonna drive a motorcycle off a ramp into the Grand Canyon, and then I'm gonna appear in this cage that's like hanging above the Grand Canyon. And basically, what they did is they're like, there's no camera cuts, everything is just one take, and they drove this motorcycle off and then cut the camera, because of course they did, and it's very clearly like a dummy on a motorcycle in midair being thrown into the canyon, and then there's an explosion of smoke and he like appears in the cage, and there's like 6 camera cuts like pop 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 pop, and they're like, we did it in one shot. So, people are much more gullible. I mean, as much as like people want to talk shit about like how the internet has rotted people's brains with like AI, and they'll like see a picture of like Jesus like holding like a small child, and like Jesus is made out of eggs, or like, I'm saying this because it's a specific image I've seen, and there's just comments being like, it's so like, I can't believe this happened in real life, like I can't believe he came back as eggs and like lifted up this small boy to like save him. And it's like, okay, that's pretty crazy. That's a pretty like heavy indictment of our society. But people thought Chris Angel was like actually doing shit back in the 2000s, which is like, you might as well be believing in ghosts. The tortilla Jesus, I'm saying, man. We use the same camera to film the trick, yeah. Kids, my kid shows about humans were Adventures of Pete and Pete and Home Improvement. Home Improvement was pretty funny, but not like for the reasons it was supposed to be. Yeah, the image of a kid making a statue out of onions being like his talent goes unnoticed. Many people will scroll by. Will you be one of the 1% who reposts? Say amen in the comments. Alright, going to game 3. I don't know. I think society has always been like really stupid. And I'm not separate from that in a lot of senses. What's the quote? That people are smart. A person is smart, but people are stupid. I feel that. I'm just stupid in a different way. Absolutely, brother. My parents, luckily, don't like. They haven't posted anything like that's AI and been like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And I have to be like, "Mom, that's not real." But what they do is get mad about politics, and you know, God bless them because they are like very progressive, but they're still like angry about politics all the time, and I gotta be like, guys, please try to enjoy the remaining years you have. Like, not to be like, you know, too morbid about it, but I don't want to talk about it, and this can't be healthy for you being this stressed out about politics all the time. Just smoke a joint and chill. Alright. No more bets. Bets are closed. We're just gonna chill and watch some fights. And it's not an indictment of them or anything. Like, you know, they're pretty normal about it. But occasionally they'll be like, did you see what so-and-so said? I'm like, no, Mom, I didn't. I'm not really on any social media anymore. I'm much happier for it. Eating a Euro while watching Pixels slap each other to death? Hell yeah. Euro. What's in it? Is it just lamb in it, or don't be eating lamb in it, but you know what I mean. Is there lamb in it? My closest friend, linoleum. Linoleum supports my head. Something, something. Damn, trample, big damage? Turnabout's still in it. I get being angry about them. There's always stupid people in politics. No, I get being angry about it too. And it's not... The thing is, though, that with my parents at least, this is not new. This is not like the internet has like rotted their brains. My parents have always been like pretty politically active. I was pretty politically active from a young age because my parents were so invested in politics. But it's just like I have more agency over what I can like be exposed to now than I did when I was a kid, and I just simply don't want to be angry all the time. So, you know, when applicable, I try not to get involved beyond just, you know, trying to watch some like unbiased source. It's a sign of intelligence when you can actually recognize when you aren't so intelligent. We're gonna be glazing ourselves. I'm stupid as fuck. Damn, that makes me smart as fuck. Look at that. That's me, baby. Let's go. I'm like 4th place on the pedestal with the drinking the champagne. The diamond and nettle up next. My imminent joke, maybe pause my game and comment. You know, sometimes I'm unintentionally funny. Sometimes I'm trying real hard to be funny. And I'm going to be honest, I think you guys can't tell when it's on purpose and when it's not on purpose, and I'm totally fine with that. You think you can, but I don't think you can. Because there's been so many times where like I've said a joke and they're like, whoa, did you know what you just said? That's really funny. And it's like, yeah, I'm aware. Like, it was on purpose. But, you know, just I'll let people pretend I'm doing it on accident. Lamb, tomatoes, cucumber, hummus, and the sauce can't pronounce tzatziki? Just a major pun enjoyer and lurk my streams most of the time. That's the one, hell yeah. There's too many letters in tzatziki. We gotta do something about it. Why are they doing all that? It's so extra. Happy Pride Month. Alright, the diamond's gonna take it. Next game. Might be my deadpan delivery. I'm sure that has something to do with it. It's because, like, I don't, like, mug to the camera every time. I don't do the Mr. Beast smile after every punchline. Maybe I should. Just do that after every single one. Diamond and Diamond. Is that, like, a thing in the States, or is that just, like, an Ontario thing? Diamond and Diamond are lawyers. And they have a huge... It's really funny. They are lawyers who have the last name Diamond. And so the firm is called Diamond and Diamond. And they're famous, and they have a jingle and all that. But the thing about them is that it is a chain. I can open a Diamond and Diamond law firm. I can... Not a firm, a firm. I've never seen a law firm. I don't think they can practice law. But there's like so many Diamond and Diamond offices, and they literally just license out their name. You too can be a lawyer under our brand. You can be a partner just by buying a license. It's funny as hell. What law do they practice? Bird law. It's mostly like, I think they're ambulance chasers. I should full screen and wink to the camera every time I make a joke? Alright. I put 200 ranchers on one ranch and you won't believe what happened. But first, a word from our sponsor, Honey. Do you guys like to save money online? I sure do. And oops. And with my my plugin Honey, I get to scam people and steal their money. I don't know what's happening with that. I signed up for the class action, even though I don't know if I've ever been affected by it. And I don't live in the United States, which makes things very awkward. But I'm in the class action. I need a laugh track button. There's a... This is like a thing that like pisses me off. I could say Waka Waka. Hi, it's me, Nash Diamond, yeah. There is a bunch of clips of Hot Dad doing stand-up. Hot Dad, you know, we rated him a bunch of times. Friend of the channel. Nice dude. He has this, like, stand-up bit where he's, like, bombing on purpose. And, like, the jokes are written to be, like, kind of nonsensical. And, like, he uses, like, really bad grammar on purpose. Like, almost as if he was an alien trying to do jokes. But he has... Like, the whole bit is that it sucks. And he has a pad with a bunch of, like, you know, it's basically like a stream deck that he has set up with different sound effects on it. And every time he tells a joke, he has his own laugh track. Every time he, like, tells, like, a sad story, there's, like, a aw, like he's in, like, a studio audience or whatever. And it's really funny. It's really goofy. But there's so many comments that are like, this is not funny. Why would he bring his own laugh track? And it's like, it's one thing to, like, not like the style, to, like, get what he's doing and still not like it. Like, that's, you know, humor is subjective. Know your audience and all that. But to be like, I don't understand why he's doing this. It sucks. And it makes it worse that he has to, like, laugh at his own jokes. Is, like, so weird to me. Because it's like, it's very obvious what he's doing, right? Like, the joke is very obvious. Whether or not it resonates with you is, you know, that's between you and your God and whatever you find funny, right? But to just be like, it is bad because I don't understand what he's doing. It's like, there's so many stupid people out there, man, and they're all commenting on YouTube. It's like a nice quarantine. Online is like a pretty good place if you want to see the worst comments anybody's ever seen. Angry Death Punch, big miss. Big slash? Oh, mamma mia. The Typhoon? Rod Typhoon. I knew a guy named Rod Typhoon. That's not true. But I did know a guy named Just In Case. He played drums in a band with me for a short amount of time. That was his real name. He wasn't born just in Case, but his mom remarried someone with the last name Case, which is real funny. I wonder what he's up to. I think he became a linguist or something. I go to Reddit when I want to feel great about the way my brain works. Excellent, sir. Updates to you. I don't know. What do they say on Reddit nowadays? I haven't been in like years. I will say, for as like dog shit as so much of Reddit is, I think my favorite joke I've ever seen online is I got fucked up by the gazpacho soup. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Yeah. Curtin calling Hattera up next. Ooh, this is a big one. My favorite joke I think I've ever seen online was the who would you have sex with if you could have sex with anybody, living or dead, from history. And the first guy, or like the top comment is like, I would just like to have, like, make love to my wife one more time. She passed away from cancer and I miss her. And just this really like heartfelt comment about like this man who like can't really get over or like move on from like his wife's passing. And it's like, it's really touching. It's really sad. And then the immediate response is, I would also pick this guy's wife. And that's like actually like maybe the funniest joke I've ever seen in my life. I don't think anything will ever top that. Maybe people don't know he's trying to be unfunny, but I think it's like, it's pretty obvious, is my point. He's too on the nose or something like that, come across someone trying to be funny, just failing miserably. Right, but that's you getting it and not liking it, right? Like, if you could see it and be like, I get what he's doing, but I think it sucks. That's fine. That's totally fine. But, like, not understanding why he has a laugh track up there in the first place is, like, I don't know. It's low vibrational, we'll say. Sometimes people drop my vids on our videos and I grab popcorn every time I hit the comment section. Dude, I watched the Mr. Beast one again. Like recently, like I want to say like a couple of days ago. I think it was like in preparation for watching the new series you got coming out. And dude, I couldn't believe there was like so much stuff in it because there's a lot of shit packed into that video that I missed the first time. It's such a good video though. And then I rewatched the Elden Ring video today, which I didn't catch at the time. I didn't realize it was April Fool's video. I was just like, this video is sick as hell. I didn't realize it was an April Fool's video. So close to ranking up. Yeah, I haven't put everything into the bracket yet. But basically, the way this works for anybody who doesn't know, if you win all 3 of your matches in a given day, you rank up, and if you lose all 3, you rank down. And then if you win 2, you're like on the button. So if you win 2 next week, you rank up. And if you've lost 2 and won 1, then you're on the button that if you lose 2 next week, you rank down. Of making that WoW video, I couldn't log on without like 20 DMs on that server. I can imagine. You were like Messiah. Carried the people across the desert. Gone 2 out of 3 every tourney so far. I've gone 2 out of 3, or I think with Rip the Whip, I went 1 out of 3. So I'm on the button with all my guys. Some said earlier, but sometimes you just gotta let the voices in your head win. It's fair. The double ice arrow? Alright, going to game 3. 4 in the morning? Alright, well, you better get to sleep. See you later. Boyfriend's on a big WoW kick lately. You should show him the video. If you like my stuff, it's not the same type of humor, but it's similar enough. It's much more high energy than me. Yeah, let me see. Jimmy Beast. Is it Jimmy Beast Saves the World? World of Warcraft? Yeah, okay. Here, I'm gonna share it here. Let me just make sure this works. Yeah, it works. Okay. Yeah, that's it's good. Snowday wins that one 2-1. Articuno V2 and Dadbod up next. Also, you know, entirely influenced from watching Northern Lion, but I started playing the Bazaar. If you don't know what the Bazaar is, it's... If you like Pokemon, auto chess, or like stuff like that, it's an auto battler. It's like a deck building auto battler kind of game where like you get different items and you have like income and you make like a board and like all the effects like play off of each other. It's pretty fun. It is, I think, really well made in execution, but the game like crashes all the time for like no reason. Sometimes it just won't start. It's got its own launcher, even though it's one game. There's just a lot of stuff going on with it that are like makes it hard to recommend, but I've been enjoying it. I don't think I'll play it on stream. Just hate Vanessa and wish I could have picked a different starter. Being able to pick your starter, I think, would have been cool. They start you with like a high DPS character, and then you know the other characters are like one guy does like a lot of damage over time. One is like really defensive and like can like swing for big damage in one shot. And the one is like super combo oriented with a lot of like supposedly like difficult moving parts, but it's not really the case. But that's the intention. And then those are all the different like little archetypes of characters you can play, and they start you off with like the high DPS character, which is kind of cool. But I would like to play some other stuff. Free to play games, baby. They're very expensive. The thing about it being free to play though is you can just like simply not play the game. There's like no like sunk cost fallacy. Getting around to playing Doom Dark Ages and Expedition 33. They're both bangers. Hell yeah. What new games have I played? Nothing, but I've been playing the new character in Guilty Gear. She's pretty cool. Very, very simple, which I think my brain needed after playing Bedman. When I was playing Bedman, I was watching another guy who I know is a really good Bedman player. Like, I knew who they were while I was watching them. And I was watching the shit he was doing, and I was, like, literally, like, I don't want to, like, learn all this new stuff. Was that 3-0? I'm pretty sure Dadbod won game 1, didn't he? Either way, the bird won. But the reason I did that is because I thought Dadbod won game 1. There's a new Fatal Fury. Yeah. It's in like weird limbo where like people are like the game is actually pretty good, but a lot of people aren't really playing it because there's like such a stink of like Saudi sports washing on it that it's like it's hard to play it and like take it seriously. And it's like, you know, you can play video games with like getting into the politics of it, and like I'm not gonna fault anybody. Maybe I'll fault somebody for playing, like, you know, the new Harry Potter game, given J.K. Rowling's whole spiel, especially in the last little bit. But, like, the Saudi sports washing is, like, it's kind of shitty, but they're putting a lot of money into it. So, like, if you're trying to chase the bag, I'm not going to say anything. Like, you know, more power to you, I suppose. But, like, they put fucking Ronaldo in it, and they put this, like, weird, like, he seems like a nice enough guy, but they put this Italian DJ who I guess people know. Like, I guess people know who he is, but, like, I don't know anything about, like, Eurodance stuff, so, like, I don't know who Salvatore Ganacci is, but he's in the game, and it's... people are, like, being turned off by it because it feels a lot more like there's a child at the helm of the company, aka the Saudi prince, being like, I want this, or, like, put Ronaldo in my game. And they're like, sir, this is a stupid idea. And he's like, put Ronaldo in my game. Like, that's the kind of vibe people get from it. And it's just like a child playing with their toys, which happens to be an IP that people, like, actually cared about. And now they're like, this shit is corny as hell now. Salvatore's in because the devs really like him. No, Salvatore's in because the owner of the company really likes him, who is the Saudi prince, which is what we're talking about. Girlfriend has the Hogwarts game and always goes invisible when she plays it. Here's the thing. Not everybody is online. Right? You don't got internet. You don't know what that means. I'm not gonna, like, inherently, like, fault anybody for, like, playing anything, right? It's just, like, most people just are simply, like, they're not bothered by the world around them. And that's not, like, an indictment of anybody. That's just simply how a lot of people are. They're just not, like, tuned in like that. And that's not a downside. That's I'm trying to be more like that. But also, you know, I think Joanne's is like an actual evil person, and I personally don't want to support that. From what I understand, the team put Salvatore in first, and when the Saudi found out real lifers weren't off the table, they did Ronaldo shit. I mean, maybe. I can't imagine he doesn't have complete control and, like, he didn't know real lifers weren't off the table. Poor bastard who Fatal Fury is their favorite franchise, doesn't go online, and they're like, why is nobody playing my game? That happened a couple of times. Like, I was talking about it. And there's, like, people in chat that are like, what's going on? Also, Ultimate Brother Fight. Look at this. Holy moly. I think we got to do a prediction for this. Who do you like in, like, the actual mirror match? Stats are a little bit different. And people are like, what's the problem here? Like, can someone explain to me what the issue is? The problem is, though, with a lot of those people, like, can you just explain to me what the issue is that you explain it to them and they're like, but I don't get it. Like, nobody's explained to me why it's bad. And it's like, no, they did. Like, you're just not listening. But yeah, the game looked kind of cool. I don't think I was ever going to buy it in the first place. So that makes this, like, largely moot for me. We got 66% on Astroman DX. Because he doesn't have Rolling Slash. Lightning? Oh my god. What an awful opener. I liked King of Fighters 15. It's just, it was a lot to learn, and, you know, the thing about fighting games is that, especially among, like, the stupidest people who play fighting games, not necessarily the worst, but definitely the dumbest, he's underdog stat-wise. They got the exact same stat total. He actually has more stats than his opponent by, like, 200. The thing about, like, the dumbest people who play fighting games is that they think if you're not playing a game for thousands of hours, it means the game is bad. And it's like, you can just simply not play there's not enough time in the day to get good at every video game. There's like 4 people in the world who are good at every fighting game. The jumping stab finisher wasn't enough, but he does it again. Look at that. Astroman DX gonna take it. Like, I like King of Fighters 15. I feel like I got my money's worth out of it. I played online for, I don't know, a couple months. And then was like, yeah, this is fine. I bought the first DLC. I played with the characters a little bit. I enjoyed it. Groovatron and Bombird. You stand by your decision? I mean, you picked right. Groovatron. Groovatron would be a cool name too. All right, Groovatron and the Boyd. Two missiles opener. Twister kick. This will finish him off. Yeah. Oh, not enough. He's got power. Power bombing. No, he goes for the surprise instead. There's the anger. He still has power. Power 2 missiles. Holy shit. That dog beat his ass. That was 4 missiles. How come your mom lets you have 4 missiles? Alright, well. That might have been it. He might lose now. Duck and dance, a little bit of withering. Weapon throw, big miss on that bombing. This is going to do big damage. It's not enough, though. And the beat dance comes out. And the beat goes on. Game number 3. Here we go. Regular missile is better. The curse dance misses. He's got no guts. Oh, the flutter slaps though. Okay, he only does 1. He does some withering with duck and dance. He ends up being net negative after landing the attack, which is always funny. Flutter slap. He's not doing multiple flutter slaps. He knows the crit missile lands into the bombing. Brother, just stay down. Duck beat his butt. The Poo Man and Bajara up next. The Poo. What else happened in the Monster Rancher world while I was gone? It's a slow-moving world. Oh, the wrong video came out. I don't know if you guys saw it. It only got posted 400 times in both Discords. It's really good, though. Damn, crit magic punch. Okay, here's another example of the video of how people online are like actually insane, and it's just okay not to talk to everybody because lots of these people are like unhinged and their only outlet to the rest of society is through Facebook comments or whatever. Fenric posted the wrong animation on YouTube on the Monster Rancher Metropolis page, and this one guy was like, I don't like it because it is demeaning and glorifies violence against women. And it's like, okay, you might be like an insane person. This man is like real mad that Mana got his ass beat. He thinks women are mochis, I guess. Is that the animation that came on my feed and gobbled it up instantly? Yeah, it was really funny. When my pixie loses, pixie no longer allowed to lose because it's chauvinist to allow a pixie to lose. Virtue signaling is funny. I don't even know if it's virtue signaling. I feel like it is. You're right by like the actual definition. But I don't think it's being done maliciously. I think lots of the time people are just like not socially, not good socially. They don't got good social. They didn't spec into social. And they don't realize like how insane they sound. Because I think if they knew, they wouldn't say it. Pixie versus Pixie, everyone loses. No, that one's okay. Okay, Dolphin Blow did a lot of damage there. How did the Guts lead, but... I'm just... I don't know. I wonder what the Twitter and, like, the internet in general would have been like around the time when, like, Ben Weasel, like, punched that lady. Ben Weasel, the singer of Screeching Weasel, which is a punk band, in, like, the mid-2000s, or, no, like, mid-2010s, or, like, early 2010s. Like, a lot of people got mad online because he, like, assaulted a fan. But what had happened is the fan threw a glass, like a heavy, like, beer glass filled with ice at him, and it hit him in the face. And so he came off stage and he just punched her in the head. And all of the comments were like, wow, I can't believe you would hit a woman and this and that. And it's like, I'm not going to say what I want to say. But the other half of the comments were like, how about you just don't hit anybody then? Violence is wrong against everybody. And it's like, okay... moron. like I don't think I knew the word virtue signaling at the time, but it's like the most intense virtue signaling I think I've ever seen. Like, you don't actually care about this. You don't care that a guy who was assaulted hit somebody back. Like, let's be real. You're going on about your day immediately after this. I think some people have to be kidding. There's certainly some people are. Who went out of the Poo Man and Bajara? Me, myself, and I, and we spinning. I feel like Bajara won it. But I'm going to say that's... I'm going to have to watch that one back because I forgot to write it down. And we've been flying through these. I will just say that as someone who has been in, like, a lot of fights, both as, like, a child and, like, you know, I've had to defend myself as an adult from, like, a mugger and a guy who hit me with a car and then got out and was yelling at me and was pushing me around. Bajara one, thank you. I think I have a different relationship with, like, violence than a lot of people do. And for a lot of people, it's just, like, a thing that they know exists because they've, like, watched it on TV. But, like, they don't understand that, like, you know, people, sometimes you don't have any other option, right? And sometimes you do, but you are forgiven for hitting back. Like, maybe he didn't need to defend himself because, like, the interaction was over. But also, you know, I don't think it's inherently wrong to hit somebody who threw like a 4-pound projectile at your face. So got Power Giant Whip? Damn, beat his ass. Alright, me, myself, and I gonna take that. Was that game 2 though? That felt like a game 1 because it went by so fast. We're just gonna let this rock, and me, myself, and I wins again. 1-1? Okay, thank you. Double face attack miss. The spinning claw, big damage. Look at that. Exactly. I got a German Shepherd. Now she's the most dangerous thing in my block. You're one of those dudes with the pit bull who, like, very clearly did not actually train the dog, or, like, trains him by, like, kicking him in the face. Can I run Doom and Aeratron up next? There's this dude in my unit. Well, not in my unit because I live in my unit, but, like, in my building, who has these 2 massive pit bulls, and he never has them on leash. but he's done like a very good job at training them, for better or for worse. I remember when he first had them, he was pretty fucking mean to them. But they're super like cuddly big boys, and he just like walks around without them on a leash at all times, and people are like terrified of it. And I understand why. And I don't think it's... I think it's probably, you know, realistically it's negligent to be doing that. But they are trained well. I just, you know, I don't know. She's so sweet and does agility courses, but people always cross the street when they see her. That's funny. German Shepherds, like... I think I'm too young for, like, German Shepherds to have been, like, the scary dog. Because, like, that was, like, a very, like, late 80s, early 90s thing. And I think it, like, became Rottweilers was, like, the problem breed as I was growing up. And now it's, like, Pit Bulls. I think violence is never the answer. It's mostly when people never had to defend themselves. It mostly is. It's like the whole bit about how, like, the only people who are excited to, like... I fucking... What's it? I was thinking about this the other day, but it is very Northern Lion coded because he was talking about it the other day. Of how the only people who are, like, excited to eat insects are people who are, like, very old and eat insects, like, all the time because, you know, it's part of their, like, regular diet. And white people who have never had it or have had it once and want to act more worldly than they are. It's like, that shit sucks. Who's Northern Lion? He's just a big streamer. He's like me if I was funny. Same age. Which is to say he's an older gentleman. Alright, Aeratron's gonna take that one. But yeah, there's I don't know. I've had bugs. I've had like fried crickets. Not great. Interesting to try one time. I would not go out of my way to ever eat them again. And I was definitely one of those, like, yeah, I'll try it. That sounds like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it actually tastes really good. Why wouldn't I do it again? Because they suck. There's a reason people don't eat them, and it's because literally all other food exists. He's an egg. He is a bald man. Happy Pride Month. All right, Splinter and Veteran. Here we go. Big diving press miss. All right, that was a quick round. Why would you eat them? Oh, because I literally just explained that. Because I was a big poser who was virtue signaling and was like, I'll eat that. Yeah, I'll try anything once. And then I tried it and it was like, I never said I would try everything twice. I will, like, quite literally, like, try any food once. I've had a lot of, like, fucked up food. Also, diving press finisher is crazy. Yeah, it's a poser, yeah. Virtue signaling. And just like, oh, this is what other cultures eat. It must be good. And it's like, it's not, man. It's bad. It's gross. They do not taste good. Like, there's even some stuff that's, like, not that out there that, like, I just won't eat. Because I've tried it once and it's like, it's not for me. I think the, like, most, like, normal one of, like, things I've had that is not, like, extremely gross that, like, I just won't eat is, like, chicken feet. Chicken feet, for, like, people who don't know or have never had them, it's a lot like eating, like, cartilage off, like, a chicken wing. But I'm just not into it. You don't eat the whole bone. You, like, eat, like, basically they, like, bread it and you, like, eat the breading with, like, a tiny bit of meat off of the bone. It's not, like, off-putting to me, but it's just, it's another one of those things where it's like, I think people pretend to like it more than they do. Not necessarily like, you know, Chinese people who eat it all the time. I'm sure they like it just fine and that's why they eat it. But like people who did not grow up eating it, I think it is like, it's performative. Not 100% not worth the effort for me. I would just eat chicken wings instead, man. Isn't that virtue signaling? Isn't that just being open-minded? I mean, there's a fine line, right? If you open your mind too much, your brain will fall out. The bite throw miss. Claire Farron chillin'. Slash combo 41%. Big miss. Okay, big damage there. Claire Farron, 1 life slash combo. Big miss. I believe that's a 2-0, right? You won game 1. We've had 2 of these guys back to back, so I'm trying to like not be like have the last game bleed into this one, to blood pudding into this one, as it were, which is not a good joke and also doesn't make any sense if you're watching on Twitch because that's from a YouTube comment. I love eating chicken feet though. I get it all the time in Chinese restaurants, basically eating the skin and collagen in a nice sauce. Yeah, and I get it. Like I said, that's probably the most like normal thing that I'm just like not into it. There's like much weirder shit that I've tried once or twice and I'm like you know, we're not having it again. Blood pudding's one of those. Blood in food is like, I have a hard time dealing with it, but I'm fine with like a bloody steak. Like that's okay to me. But like blood pudding and like blood sausage and like if you like go and get pho or whatever and they have that one thing with like the cube of like congealed blood or whatever, that's like, it's hard for me to get over like eating what it is, but like it doesn't taste bad. It's just, I think the concept of it kind of like irks me a little bit. Like I'm a little bit off put by it. Tiana gets it all the time and she likes it. Salt and straw, I don't know what that is, so I'll say no. Blood pudding chai ice cream last Halloween, I would probably eat that. The thing is, I am a fat kid at heart, even though I've never been like ultra fat, and I'll eat ice cream no matter what it is. Tiger tail, I hate licorice. I'll eat that shit. I'll make it happen. You got too much ice cream, I can help you out. Nothing wrong with having dislikes doesn't make anyone less cultured or open-minded. No, for sure. What we're clowning on is people who performatively are like, this thing that everyone thinks is gross, actually, I'm pretty sure it would taste amazing. Because they eat it in like 2 countries. Which is like definitely a type of person. And it comes up when you talk about insects a lot. Here's how a work friend had prepared it. It was literally just a bowl of blood with herbs in it, cooked like safe. It still came out. No, that's not what blood pudding is. Blood pudding is sausage. So I don't know what you were eating. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's... Yes, I looked it up. It is sausage. So I don't know what the fuck you were eating. They made a gazpacho out of blood for you. That's crazy. Never had a tequila worm? I have not either. Ice cream, any flavor I'll pound, rum raisin. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Oh, what's the weird blue and like rainbow sherbet is like kind of weird. Like I'm not a big fan of that, but you know, I'll eat it. And then bubblegum ice cream I'm like not into. But again, I'd probably eat it if I had to. Or if it's the only one you had. Okay, Girls Night wins that one. We got 3 left. We got Totally Legal and Shavona up next. Which is good because my voice is starting to like really go. Betamax? Oh, that's wild. But yeah, that's what I was like. They sometimes do that in like in pho and stuff. They'll make like a compress out of like congealed blood, and there's like some meat in it too. It's not just like a big chunk of blood, but it's they'll put it in pho with like a bunch of other meats, and Tiana will get that pretty often. But I've tried it and it's okay, but like just the idea of it I think is more off-putting than the actual food itself. Oxtail and pho, I don't know if... Oh, I have had it. Only in LA though. We ordered it at this little place in LA, and the bowl, like the fucking bone was so big that they brought out like, it was the bowl, and then they brought like 2 extra bowls because they're like, you're gonna like spill this everywhere. Also, very, very close game if you're actually watching the stream, not just talking about food. Here's where Roll Assault wins. Oh, bite not gonna be enough damage, eh? The smash is not too bad. Another stab, Jesus. All right, game 3. Big bite. The spot in San Diego does oxtail dumplings in their pho. That sounds good. Yeah, I've only ever been to like LA in California. Ooh, Roll Assault. And like all the like neighboring cities that are like still part of LA. Alright, Shavona gonna take that one. Totally Legal, actually not doing super great. That, you know, Kamui kind of falling off a little bit. Predator and Mismuter up next. We're still gonna finish like at midnight. I just had to like not do any more predictions. Oxtail's a funny food because it was always like really cheap and then it became like fashionable and now it's like super expensive. But it's not really expensive because it is like people are being, what's the word? It's not expensive because people are like trying to exploit it. I'm sure people are trying to exploit it a little bit, but it's such a small part of the bowl, right? Like you only get so much meat off of like an entire animal. That's oxtail. It definitely got like a little bit gentrified though. I say like I'm not one of the... Okay, that was a weird dodge. That was like a slip. The hell was that? Watch that back on the tape. I'm pretty sure that landed. Mismuter gonna take that one. And our last match of the night, Mr. Shoehart and Me Eat You now. There's this place that was in the plaza of the first company I worked for when I started working in AV. And it was this Jamaican place that the first couple of months I worked there was, you know, regular Jamaican place. And then the Jamaican family sold it to this family that I think they are Syrian. I think they're Syrian. And I remember a lot of people were like, oh, no, it's going to change. And like, how could Syrian people cook the Jamaican food properly? And dude, it is like just as good as it's ever been. They're fucking killing it. And I used to go every day for lunch, and I would get like oxtail mac and cheese. And that shit was so good. And I probably gained like 20 pounds while I worked there because of that place. Yeah, it was like jerk oxtail on mac and cheese. And, you know, the jerk chicken was really good. Everything was like 10 out of 10. And now it's like kind of between one of the venues I work at and the office. So like if I ever need to like go to one or the other, I'll like make sure I like make like a meandering path to go visit. All right. I'm pretty sure that's 2-0 for Me Eat You Now, but I'm going to run one more game just to see. And if Me Eat You Now wins, then I know for sure. And if he doesn't, then I'm at a loss and I've learned nothing. But maybe I just want to hang out with you folks a little bit more. I missed you. Okay, well, you're not making it easy. I think Me Eat You Now won. I think that's technically a 2-1 for Me Eat You Now, but I'm going to watch that back real quick. Best of 5? I mean, I don't know. He got his ass beat. Let's see. I gotta do the stupid thing. Oh, I could watch on YouTube. That would be easier. Okay, I'm doing the thing where I'm watching back the YouTube VOD from like 2 minutes ago. You have to click through like 8 things to get to it. Okay, he grits. That's a 2-1 for Mr. Eat. Yeah, it's the tongue slap. Hits the teleport, and then he wins the second one. Yeah, okay. Okay, so he's done. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. A little bit of a haggard stream. We're getting back into it. This was fun though. I really do enjoy streaming the game. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Let's raid somebody. Let's find someone to raid, and then I can call it. And I can go get some sleep. Thank you guys for tuning in. A little bit of a lower energy stream. We got our boy running Zach playing. Hell yeah, let's go say hi. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for hosting the league again. No problem. Hopefully I'll have the whole bracket, like the ladder and all that shit set up soon. We've been a little bit lazy about that. And by we, I mean me. Specifically just me. It's nobody else's responsibility. But yeah, it's been a time. Anyway, Big Sleepy, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I actually get to stream 2 days in a row, so see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.